that fool. Hit him, 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 hit him. Smash him up, watch that move. Went too swift, can't catch these dudes. Hit him, 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 hit him. Listen, 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 hit him, listen. This Eagles talk, this talk Eagles. Philly bleed green, it's from your people. Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's beat the squad. Big Pat Shelley, Dante the Dark Child. Drop the stats on him, drop the facts on him. Spur King, baby, let's get it on.
Hey fam, it's your man Dante the Dark Knight, and welcome to Eagles Talk. We've been going for a long time, basically the all off season so far. I mean, we did come back for the Kelsey retirement, but until then, we've been just chilling. Well, I haven't been chilling, but I've just been away from the show. I've been very, 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 very busy, and I have to let you know, Pat, that I really, really respect that you showed up for Eagles Talk when you were the president, or what's the title you held?
The illustrious potentate.
Yeah, the illustrious potentate of your lodge, man. Yes. I see how much work is involved when you have extracurricular activities, so I can empathize and appreciate you even more for carving out time with your busy duties and making time for Eagles Talk, because I have a full plate and it is very hard to juggle this time. So I empathize with you and the show for making time for Eagles Talk. But we're back here today and we are ready for the NFL draft. This is like Christmas Day for us Eagles fans. Yes, the Eagles are going to present us with some presents tonight, and we're all tuned in to see what that present is going to look like, because we don't want a tie. We don't want a tie. We don't want those father gifts. We don't want a scarf. I'm gonna be very upset if I get a coffee mug tonight. I don't want a coffee mug. I don't want the Eagles to go in here and present us fans with a coffee mug as a present tonight with this draft. You know what I want? I want to go out into the driveway and see a big red bow on a 750 BMW. That's what I want to see. You know, so the Eagles have that power in their hands tonight to present us, the Eagles fan base, with a nice gift on draft night, which is our Christmas. So if you guys agree, just let me know. But welcome, man. Welcome, everybody. It's been a long time. I'm so happy to get back here in this seat and talk about what we all love, and that's the Philadelphia Eagles. So, Pat, how have you been during our time away?
I've been good. You know, I don't have that much responsibility like I had before, but you know what? Promotions within a job and different things, and has been a lot. So I get it. You know, I got one less gray hair now. I see the gray coming in on you, though. I mean, like, listen, those positions, it garners a lot of attention. I actually had time, Dark Knight, to go back to some of our past shows, and when our special guest comes on, I got some things I gotta talk to him about. Some good, some bad, some indifferent. It's been, you know, I actually trying to keep myself away from all the rumors, all the different stuff that's going on with our Philadelphia Eagles, to try to keep a clean thought process on what might happen on this day, this weekend for our Philadelphia Eagles. It's one thing when you go into the draft thinking about hearing all these rumors about us trading down, us trading this, us doing that, or us doing that, get an offensive lineman, getting a freaking tight end in the first round, which I know it's not going to happen. But you know, it's good to be refreshed. I have a new season coming upon us. I'm looking at the trip to go to Brazil, maybe. And
yeah, I was looking into that too.
Yeah, I looked into it well, and I'll talk to you offline on that one.
All right. All right. Well, look, we are looking for our Christmas gift, and that is who the Eagles choose to select with this first round pick tonight. I don't know which way I am leaning, but before we even get to that, the Philadelphia Eagles have locked up A.J. Brown to an extension. I'm just seeing it in the chat because I've been doing a lot of preparing. I haven't been up on the current news while I've been preparing for the show. So if anybody can post, I don't have an intern,
right here,
so
actually.
I can't turn to them. Okay, good. All right, so give us the terms, Pat.
So
all right.
AJ Brown agrees to 3-year, $96 million extension.
90.
So he's the highest paid receiver in the NFL right now going. Of the deal includes $84 million in guaranteed money. He will be the highest receiver paid. And this will carry through to the 2029 season. So we locked down both of our receivers. We locked down the running back. We locked down our quarterback. We locked down our Landon. We locked down Jordan. This is time for us to go. This is not luxury time. Back in 2019, I said this is luxury picks. No. This is for the future. And I will address that a little bit later on. But that's 3 years, $96 million, $84 million guaranteed for our star receiver, AJ Brown.
Oh, that is wonderful, man. So this offensive unit, the core of skilled players are in place, and they're going to be in place for a while. All but Goddard. I don't think Goddard has an extension yet, but we have Saquon, we have Devontae, and we have AJ, and that's great. And we have Jalen, who these guys are going to be together for some time. So when Jalen Hurts talk about wanting consistency in his offensive coordinator, I know he's also expecting that or hoping that he gets that consistency with the people that he's running with. So now he has that. He's going to be with these guys for at least the next 3 years, right? Unless something drastic happens. So that's going to be great for this Eagles team. And hopefully with this new offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore, I expect to see a lot more exciting or explosive offensive play from this unit coming up this year. I can't wait to see that. Now, with that being said, can you guys tell me what you hope that the Eagles are targeting in the first round? What do you say, Pat?
I can tell you right now, it's between two positions. It's the cornerback position, Quentin Mitchell from Toledo, or Terran Armstead from Alabama, bless you. Or, we're going to go wide receiver, trade back and grab a wide receiver to be that slot wide receiver in our scheme, in our league. The sexy pick is not picking it's picking one of those guys, but the realistic pick is actually getting an offensive lineman. I hate to say that, but you know what? We thrive when we have a solid foundation, and that starts with our front five. I'm sorry.
All right, I don't have a problem with getting an offensive lineman. I thought that the two positions that they would target, at least from the rumors, and rumors are just that, rumors. I'm hearing that maybe they jump up to get the safety from Toledo or
corner.
Alabama. Corner. I'm sorry, corner from Toledo or the corner from Alabama. Now, I am not as well versed on these college players' prospects' name as Pat is, so I have to go to my cheat sheet. So, all right. So Quentin Mitchell,
yes,
or Terrion Arnold, right? They are the top two rated corners. So I'm hearing that. And then I'm hearing they may go up to get the offensive lineman. And not Fangio, what's his name?
Which one? Because there's a few that was rumored to be there. I know Joe Ott's not going to be there, but they were looking at a few. They were looking at J.C.
Fashino
from Penn State.
Fashino, yeah.
He may be available.
No, not him. I'm sorry, Fugega from Oregon State.
Talise.
Tackle. Talise, yeah. Right. Yeah, that's who that's what I'm hearing as a rumor.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I have full trust in our offensive lineman coach, Stoutland University. If we get a offensive tackle, or we get a tackle in the first round, or we get one in later rounds, I have all belief that he can turn that player into a an all-star, an all-pro. He did it with Jordan Mailata, and shout out to Tully Byrne. down under at the Jordan Mailata watch party. He did it with Jordan Mailata, and I truly believe that if you were to get somebody in the later rounds, they can be a very good contributor to our offensive line. But that's not the sexy thing, man. I need a corner. I need a wide receiver. I need one of those guys, or we gotta go all out. I don't know where Shell at, because he probably tells to go get Jeremiah Child Jr. right now.
Yeah, he would say that. He would definitely say that. That is a Shell. We know Shell oh so well. He would definitely say that. Tony Barron, that is awesome. He just met Mailata again.
Yes.
You know why it's again? Because when he came to visit Philadelphia from across the pond, this Eagles talk show arranged for him to meet Mailata while we are Chicky and Pete's. So this is his second time meeting Mailata, and that's awesome that he's over there and having a draft party, and Tony Barron was there. Well, if there was going to be an Eagles draft party and any Eagle was going to show up anywhere near Tony, it's not a surprise that he would make sure that he's in the building. So, Tony, you are truly the Eagles fan, the big Eagles fan that we know that you are. So congratulations to you to be able to be in the presence of a fellow Aussie over there. And I know it's making Josh's day also. So you guys enjoy. So the first pick off the board is Drake May, as expected by the Chicago Bears.
What?
They get their quarterback.
Yes. That happened? That did not happen.
Yeah. Drake May has been. Oh, no. I'm sorry.
Kate Williams.
I'm sorry. Yeah, my fault. It's not. I saw him on the screen. I'm sorry. And they had the Bears under. All right, I misread. So they're still on the clock. They haven't.
Can I say something about that pick? Can I say something about Drake May? I just want to say something about Drake May real quick if I can. We haven't learned that North Carolina is a decent program. Far as quarterbacks, somehow, some way, they've been having these top quarterbacks. Sam Howell, what's the other guy? Mitchell Trubisky. How in the heck are these guys ahead of some of these other guys, like the kid from Washington, Penix? I mean, like it's perplexing to say that these guys should be a top 10 pick. I'm only talking about North Carolina quarterbacks when they don't produce like these other quarterbacks do. It just blows my mind. Why would you select a North Carolina quarterback? It's time and time again. They are not NFL ready quarterbacks.
Yeah, I get you.
I'm off my soapbox with
that. All right, I almost said, look, they said Chicago would have been on fire if that would have happened. Yeah. And Dion's in the house. Yo, all right, come on. We have some time. They haven't made the first round pick. You guys are watching Eagles Talk, the most unique Eagles coverage show around. That's by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. And here on Eagles Talk, we like to talk about our favorite football team. That is the Philadelphia Eagles. We do so in such a relaxed manner for the newcomers that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage on the air. So let's get that started, Pat. Pat, what are you doing now? Where's your
my drink? Beverage? I got me a gross. I've been trying to cut back on my drinking, and I got me some Blanton's.
Oh, Blanton's, that's top shelf right there. Some Blanton's.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you guys, let me know what you're doing out there. And the strongest I get nowadays is my energy drink. So I do have a Rehab Monster. And any drink that you are drinking as a what's that? Any drink that you're drinking an adult is an adult beverage. So, it doesn't have to be alcohol. You can still join in as we do our shot. So hold on. Let me just, because I do. I pour my shot in a shot glass. I put my drink in a shot glass. I know it's an energy drink, but I still shot it. All right, so here we go. All right, so everybody to our Philadelphia Eagles, and hopefully them delivering us a big Christmas gift on this day. Let's take it down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
That is smooth as right, man.
All right, so we don't have any quarters because we're going to be here a while. we're going to be here in a while. All right, so let me see. Let me go to some comments. All right, the first person in the room tonight was JT JT was the first person in the room tonight. What's up, JT? Why is your comment? Oh, there it is. Let's go, Birds. Second person in the room tonight was the X Factor. What's up, the X Factor? What's good, fam? What's good? Ready to see how he does tonight. And you know what? I'll get into it after I get through this. All right. The third person in the room was Mr. Bird DG. Just locked up AJ. Yes. Thank you for that announcement, too, because that's when I first found out. It was when I saw his comment before the show was even live. He had a comment up there and announced that we locked up AJ. So I thank you, guys. Thank you for keeping us abreast of that news. Jeremiah Andrews says, what's up, fam? What's up, Jeremiah? Sean Pinkney is in the house. He says, what's good? What's good, Sean? I'm looking to walk out into the driveway. This is Christmas Day for us fans. I'm looking to walk out into the driveway and see a 750 BMW with a big red bow on it. I do not want a tie. This is Christmas Day for us. Howie, do not give me a tie on this draft day. Do not give me a scarf on this draft day. I am going to be upset if I open up my package on this draft day and I see a
And the draft has started because we got our first pick in, Dark Knight.
All right, the first pick is in. Everybody assumes it's going to be Caleb Williams, right?
It is Caleb Williams. First pick is Caleb Williams. Goes to the Chicago Bears.
All right.
First quarterback off the board.
Okay, so the first quarterback is off the board. Caleb Williams is going to the Bears. So
the Bears.
There's the Bears. No surprise there. But you know, I can really care less. I'm just here for the Eagles. So all right, so to move down the line, we have Dion says, "What's up, my family? Did I miss a shot? Don't judge me." Hiccup. No, we just did the shot. We just did the shot. That was earlier on. All right, so Dion does say, "Oh, Blanton's, huh, Pat? Oh, you fancy? Okay."
Yes, I am.
And Don Batiste says, "Grader 80 just came in from softball practice." Yeah, that's what's up. Richard Pierce says, "Hey guys, what's up, Rich?" Kenneth, are we getting Surtain? I don't know. What's the talk around that? I would take Surtain.
I'll talk about it in a second. It's kind of dicey because you know the Bears, the Broncos do want to trade up and have ammunition to trade up to get a quarterback in the draft. But Surtain is one of their cornerstones for their defense. I could see it happening. Us giving up our 22nd pick overall and maybe a second rounder to give Chicago that pick and go and take Surtain from them. And that would be, you know, I would be okay with that. I'll tell you right now, to have it Patrick Surtain, established corner here, I would be okay with that. But that's a long shot. That is a long shot.
Yeah, that is a long shot.
I don't put nothing past him. I don't put nothing past Howie, but that's a long shot.
So what is because I'm of the belief, don't get me wrong, I would take a young corner.
Mm-hmm.
But what about Isaiah Rodgers? Does that name intrigue you? His potential?
I mean, he was a top inside corner when he played, but you got to realize he had a whole year off of football. Patrick Surtain is somebody that's established in this league. Isaiah Rodgers is somebody who was trying to get established in this league. It doesn't intrigue me too much. We still got to go to training camp. I can't rest on people's names. I got to see it in training camp. I got to see it in the preseason. I got to see what they bring to the table and what they offer. Truthfully, I don't know what Isaiah Rodgers offer. From what I hear, he does good things. But he's a year removed from playing any contact football, and that matters.
All right, that matters. So, all right, okay. Because my thinking is, if he pans out, that bodes well for us, right? How he hits a home run there, because there's low cost, low risk right there to sign him, and he was suspended. So how he rolled the dice and he got Isaiah Rodgers. So if he can pan out, that would be great. And how about this perspective? I am under the belief that maybe some of or one or two of our young corners may show vast improvement playing under a different defensive coordinator? What about that prospect? Because we've seen players in under a different scheme not perform up to their potential because they didn't fit the scheme per se. And there's no denying that our defensive coordinator was not the greatest last year. So how about these young guys developing under a more veteran defensive coordinator, and maybe Fangio and his coaching staff brings out the best in this young talent? Because we do have some corners that we expected to be players, and they didn't. Well, a couple of them did start to look a little better as the season went on. Mm-hmm. But how about playing under a veteran defensive coordinator, and maybe him along with his coaching staff brings out the best in these young guys? If that happens, right, we look a lot better, right?
Yeah, we look 10 times better if he's able to bring out the talent inside of these young individuals and get the most out of what they can get. We already know what we get from James Bradbury, but from guys like Isaiah Rodgers, Zach McPherson's coming off an injury. What he's going to be able to offer to us. Some of the younger guys that we have. What is GJ? What is going to be his role in this defense? If he's able to make sure these guys are in the best position possible, this defense can depending on how our linebacker situation pans out, we can be a very formidable back four in this NFL. But that's only if these guys can put the work in and live up to their prospects building.
Well, I am expecting this defense to be much improved from last year. And I know we haven't added a lot of pieces on defense, but just from the mere fact that we have Fangio in the building, I think that they're going to be tougher than they were last year, where, and my prediction is not anything that is outrageous, because as bad as this defense was last year, there's only one place to go but up. So they got to be better than last year. I mean, if they are on the same level or worse than last year, then we're really in trouble. So I think it's a safe bet that you guys can put a big heap of money on the Eagles' defense being better than it was last year. But with that being said, I think that Fangio is going to bring toughness back to the defensive side of the ball. We've seen our secondary afraid to make contact. And that's
ridiculous.
That's not a characteristic of our Philadelphia Eagles defense. Not making tackles, seemingly to shy away from the physicality of football. Mm-hmm. That was a disgrace last year. So at the very least, I think Fangio is going to bring back that physicality back to the defensive side of the ball. And I'll be very happy to see that. I think we all will be very happy to see that. But what's the Commanders pick? It's in? Have they announced it?
They announced it yet.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm behind you, so I'm going to let you do that.
Okay. I got you. Let me play the music.
That's a nice touch, too. I like that.
Oh, there's no draft?
Yeah, because when I first heard it, I thought it was the TV, and I'm like, I thought I had the TV on me. I'm like, what's that?
The Washington Commanders pick quarterback from LSU, Jalen Daniels. So they go quarterback.
Jalen Daniels. Is that a surprise?
No, that's predicted. These first two picks were definitely predicted. The next pick is where it gets dicey, in the Arizona pick. Because the best person on the board right now, period, is Marvin Harrison Jr. If something was to work out, I know I'm saying this, I'm speaking out of my behind. If somehow, some way, how we was to get up and get Marvin Harrison Jr.
Stop, Pat, stop.
I'm just saying.
All right, stop, Pat.
I'm just saying. I gotta have a hot take, right?
Yeah, that's a hot ass take right there. That's a hot ass take. If Howie did that, first of all, yeah, that would be better than the BMW in the driveway. That would be like a Ferrari in the driveway. If he somehow jumped up and got Marvin Harrison Jr. Nah, see, I'm not entertaining that. You're not going to get me you know, I'm already on the energy drink. You're not gonna have me up here. No, I'm not doing that. You guys, what do you guys think in the chat room? I need to see it in the chat room. What do you guys think the Eagles should shoot for with this first pick? What position? Let me know in the chat room. I need to know. I'm
Xavier
okay
Worthy,
with
the wide receiver from Texas. No, I'm joking.
No, we're not getting a wide receiver. We're not getting a wide. I think everybody is confident that we're not going to get a wide receiver. I will be okay with the cornerback. I would be okay with a cornerback, a safety, or O lineman. I know the O line is not the sexy pick, but you know that any house that you build is based on how strong the foundation of the house is, right? Mm-hmm. That's going to tell you the quality and the sturdiness of that house. And that's how our team is built, with that foundation. And our lines are the foundation of both sides of the ball. And we can use some depth on that O-line because we've had some people retire, Jason Kelce most notably, and some people leave the building. So we need to shore up that depth. Now, I'm okay if we don't, because we do have the best offensive line coach in the business. So if you bring him someone with a little bit of talent, I'm comfortable and confident that Stoutland University is going to turn him into a player. We've seen it time and time again. But I would not be mad if they go up and get one of the top offensive tackles in the game, someone poised to take over when Lane Johnson finally calls it a career. I'm okay. Edge or the trenches, somebody say. All right, so we got some.
I hate that statement because you know why we didn't have to trade we didn't have to trade my boy Hassan Reddick, but from what I heard about what happened in the locker room, I mean it had to go. He had to go, but I mean that statement right there just grinds my gears. I'm sorry. It does.
All right,
we had it. We had it.
Yeah, we did. If we could have kept Hassan, I would have been. I got his jersey on, and the team has been doing well the past few years. I only invest in jerseys when the team is going good. I'm not a person that's going to go spend my money when the team sucks. So we were doing good. So I went and invested, and I tried to invest in players that are going to make a difference, that are going to be here, that I have the feeling that are going to be all-timers. You at least try that, right? So I went out and invested in a Hassan Reddick jersey, and now he is gone. Hurts my heart. Hurts my heart that he's gone now. But he is, and I would have loved to see Hassan play with some of the talent that has been assembled along that defensive front. But it's all for naught if we don't get any linebackers in here to kind of shore up that middle of the defense there. That middle of the defense. I think we're okay along the defensive line. We can use some help in the secondary, but the linebackers were horrible last year. Horrible.
Yeah.
So we need a significant upgrade. We got one in Devin White. Mm-hmm. I think he's going to help out, but he needs some running mates, right? He needs some running mates.
Yeah, he does need some running mates, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's a linebacker. I know. I wish Shelka got on. He says computer is messing up, but it's a guy. He's a grown man. He's 24 years old, but he reminds me of some of the top elite linebackers that ever been playing this game. Peyton Wilson from North Carolina State. He has the speed to read and react in coverage. He has the ability and the speed to go sideline to sideline. The one knock on him is that he doesn't get off of blocks that often. But when you have the speed, when you have the front horses to take care of that, you can just go ahead and attack. And I would love to see him in Midnight Green.
Yes, so would I. I would love to see.
Got another one, Dante. Third pick, the Patriots select quarterback from North Carolina. Nobody learns. Like, these North Carolina quarterbacks don't pan out. Drake May. Oh, my goodness. They must be paying the NFL, like, because Drake May, North Carolina quarterback. Name me a good North Carolina quarterback ever.
I know. Well, I don't care.
So, I know, but it just
burn them down. Let them pick this guy. Kraft. I mean, I have no sympathy for them, man. I think it's, as a matter of fact, give me the applause. Give me the applause. That's what I need. When you think that, no, don't boo that. Don't boo that. Yes, cheer that. If you think that's a bad pick, then that's a great. I love it. I love to see it. They stole the Super Bowl from us. I'm never going to like the Patriots. I don't care if Tom Brady's gone. I don't care if Belichick is gone. I hate the Patriots. We should have 2 Super Bowls if it wasn't for Cheater Check, or whatever, the Cheatriots, whatever you want to call them. We would have 2 Super Bowls. So if Drake May, I hope he sucks for this Patriots' sake. I do. I'm sorry.
My thing is, the only thing that pisses me off is that you have a guy like Michael Penix Jr., and I was saying his name wrong before, Michael Penix Jr. from Washington, who had an outstanding year. He was runner-up for the Heisman Trophy. Like, why is he not spoken of the top 5? I understand that some teams might not like him for whatever may reason, but he's a quarterback. He's did it at 2 universities. He did it at Washington, and he did it at Indiana in the Big Ten. It might be some concerns about his injury, but I don't know. He's a bum. Yeah, he is a bum. Deion, he's a bum.
Why y'all acting like May can't play? Laugh out loud. I don't give a damn, but I'm not acting like he's a bum. I don't care if if he's a bum, then I'm happy. Because I don't want.
He's number 3 pick in the NFL draft, so he's not a bum. I'll be honest.
That means nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. We've seen Ryan Leaf. Did anybody see the Ryan Leaf documentary? And he was the number 2 pick. So he was the second best quarterback that they thought on that draft night. Let me stop and just wish a longtime follower of the show, Christopher Burton, happy birthday. He says his birthday celebration today with his favorite Eagles podcast, watching the draft. Go Bird. Happy birthday. And Christopher is renowned, famous on this podcast for the time that we had a special guest host come in and take shots for me in my place. And Christopher was one of those. And he got so toasted. Him and Pat were doing shots, and Christopher was toasted. When I tell you he was toasted, if I knew the episode number of that, man, I would go back. I would suggest you guys look for that. It was hilarious and it was fun. But that's how we do. That's what we do on Eagles Talk, and we've been doing it for about 8 years now. How long have we been doing? About 8 years. Man, we've been doing
since 2016. Dark Knight.
Yes, 2016, man, 8 years.
On the phone, Dark Knight.
Looks like our special guest is trying to break through. He's never been a technical guy. Never. It's amazing that he can even turn on his computer. So I hope he can make it. I don't want to. Well, if you saw the promo, you already know who it is. It's our old co-host, Shell Sandlin. But I only see him in the waiting room. I don't see his video on, so I can't bring him in yet. So we are on the 4th pick. Now, all right, let's talk about what do you think the odds are that Howie moves up?
If I was
what do you think the likelihood of? You guys let me know out there. What do you think the likelihood is of Howie moving up? I'm gonna tell you on a scale of 1 to 10, I think it's around an 8, 7 to 8 that Howie's going to move up.
I say 9.
A 9 is even higher. So Pat's pretty
certain players fall. Being so other teams think they're smarter than the average. Like we normally do. Howie, I would almost bet the farm they would move up. But if the Arizona Cardinals don't draft, if our Arizona Cardinals not draft Marvin Harrison Jr.,
Marvin Harrison,
they're going to have a big issue. That's gonna be a big issue.
Yeah, that will be a big issue. As a matter of fact, I need like a live tracker. Do we got a live draft checker? Because my TV is I'm streaming, so my TV
If
is
you go
behind.
on to
I need a live draft checker.
NFL.com, they can do it, or Bleeding Green, they give you the live results.
All right.
So Marvin Harrison Jr. has won to the Arizona Cardinals.
All right, okay. That
so the first
makes
4 picks
sense.
is as expected right now. These actually been like mocked for months. They thought that Marvin Harrison might have the opportunity to go number 1 overall, but he's not going to win. He's a heck of a player, man. He is a heck of a player.
All right, yeah, they are pretty quick on this one. I'm gonna use this. All right, so I got my live draft tracker. I'm sorry. And Marvin Harrison just went. That's great. On the deck is the San Diego Chargers. See, so like on my TV, I'm just getting Marvin Harrison being picked.
Oh wow!
Like it's just showing up on my TV. I need to turn that off. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm turning this off. Like, yo, this is ridiculous.
It's good just to mute it. You know, you can see it come on. Oh, he beat the Toledo corner. They showed what's the name where he beat the cornerback that we was looking at from Toledo.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, you get, that's okay if the top wide receiver in the league beats, that's like Jerry Rice going up against Deion Sanders. I saw a clip on social media where Tyreek Hill on the Wallow and Gilly on $1 million worth of game told Wallow and Gilly that they asked him, what would you if Prime was sticking you, what do you think you do against Prime? Tyreek Hill said, I'll do about $1.75.
You crazy.
He said, I'll do $1.75, 2 touchdowns. They was like, what? He said he would get $1.75 on Prime in his prime and 2 touchdowns.
I don't think people realize how good Deion Sanders was in his prime. I don't really understand. You don't really understand how quick, how fast, how his reaction towards the ball, towards the receiver was. He was tremendous as a corner in his prime. The only person that's comparable on the offensive side is Jerry Rice, who's the greatest player of all time, I believe. Some might say, it might be Jim Brown here and there, but Jerry Rice put up numbers that's outrageous. In that battle between Jerry Rice and Deion Sanders, I don't believe, if I'm wrong, I might be wrong, but I don't think Jerry Rice scored a touchdown. He might have had some yards against him, but no touchdowns. And Jerry Rice is arguably, he's not arguably.
Oh no, Jerry Rice scored a touchdown on Prime.
I don't think he scored a touchdown. I know he got picked. He got an interception on Prime.
Yeah, no, I've seen highlights where they show their matchup and they show plays where Deion's gotten over and plays where Jerry Rice has gotten over. So
that's the best receiver ever.
That's the best receiver ever. So here's Tyreek's defense or case. He says, the game is a little different and wide receivers. He said he has a little more twitch than Jerry Rice had. Yeah, a little more.
Jerry Rice has 23,000 yards.
Yes, but he don't have the twitch.
He has 197 receiving.
He got the twitch. Everybody. You see Tyreek. Tyreek got the. His twitch is so fast you don't see it. He's like the Flash. He twitch and you be like, what happened? He already twitched like 3-4 times. He has that twitch, man. He get out there, boy, and then his route tree is he's on every level. He'll catch a screen. Tyreek could catch a screen and take it to the house.
Jerry Rice did the same thing. Next,
and faster than Jerry
Rice did the same thing. Next, and he played against some of the best elite cornerbacks ever in the game. Darrell Green, one of the fastest, if not the fastest player in NFL history. He beat him. Deion Sanders, yes, he's fast. You said he scored a touchdown. I didn't realize he scored a touchdown against him. I knew he scored a couple passes against him. He beat those cornerbacks. Darrelle Revis, even when he was in his 40s, he beat Darrelle Revis, who was one of the most island cornerbacks there is. You can name a corner, and he has destroyed Jerry Rice. You can't say that with Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill has had some games where he's been shut out completely. Jerry Rice, never. Like, he had a 14-game season, right? He had a 14-game season where he had more receiving yards than Tyreek Hill had in 2 years. Stop it. I think he had like 17 touchdowns a year or some crazy stuff.
All right, well, this is not an argument to say that he's better than Jerry Rice. He was posting that he would put 175 on Prime. That's all I'm saying. But all right. So
hey, babe,
Eric says,
my wife is a
college. Yeah, your wife is in there. Eric says, laugh out loud. He's out of his mind. His quarterback would not throw to Prime side. So he would not have to change to get those numbers. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. And that's what Gilly said. He said, man, you understand Prime used to shut down one side of the field. Like that was when Prime played, that whatever side he was on, that was off limits. Like, we don't go to that side. That was like Mustafa, talking to Simba. Like, you see that part out there? We don't mess with that. That land out there, the dark spot over there, we don't go there. So, yeah, I get it. All right. So, if the Eagles move up, and there's a great chance that they will move up, I'm going to be, what do you think, what do you consider a success if they move up? I'm not a very picky person, right? All I want to happen is that we get quality players, that we get players that can contribute at a high level, that we get a player that, and I am leaning towards defense. I would like a defensive player, but I wouldn't be mad with an offensive lineman. So, but whoever we get, just get the best player available at that position so that we can have someone come in and contribute. It's been a while. I mean, I think we did a great job last year with Jalen Carter. He started off really strong, kind of, came a little bit down to earth a little bit as the season went on. But that was his rookie. That might have been him hitting the rookie wall, but he is going to be a player. You can see that. It's all indications he's going to be a player. Definitely. And we need more picks like that. You understand what I'm saying? The jury's still out on Jordan Davis. We've not seen him dominate the way we expected him to dominate when we chose him. And I'm not going to call him a bust, but we did have pretty high expectations for him that I don't think that he's lived up to, but that doesn't mean he can't be productive. So we'll see what he does under the tutelage of Fangio.
So we'll see that right now. Jordan Davis has no choice but to come out there and improve everybody, that he's not a bust. He has no choice. This is his make it or break a year. This is his third year in the NFL, and normally your third year, you get results, so you don't get nothing. So he has to come out there and show, the pick was garnered for him. For what we pick right now, Dark Knight, corner or wide receiver. I'm still going to say it.
A wide receiver? Who out there agrees with my co-host on this wide receiver? This must be in the Sandlin blood. That's all I can say. It must be in the Sandlin blood, because when Shell ever makes it on here, he's going to want a running back. No, I'm only kidding. No, he's not going to.
No, I definitely want.
He's going to want a linebacker. He's going to. I know.
Listen,
if we stay, going to want a linebacker.
If we stay in 22, yes. If we stay in 22 or fall back, yes. I would say go get Edgerton Cooper or Peyton Wilson. I would say go get those two guys. But if we move up, we're moving up for a reason. It's either for the corner or for a wide receiver that's available.
So Christopher said Jordan Davis is jury's still out on him. I agree with that, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that, and I don't think this is his last year to get to prove himself either. I do think that it's imperative of him to show improvement. That
I need to see. Number 5.
Okay, pick. Joe Alt. I saw it.
All right. You beat me to the punch. That wasn't even on my TV yet. Joe,
I got the live tracker on the computer now. I'm up to date now.
That's actually really solid. That's a solid pick for him, for the Chargers, because everybody thought they were going.
Is a solid pick.
Since they got the head coach Harbaugh from Michigan, they thought they was gonna go JJ McCarthy or Blake Corum from the running back. So they got Joe Ott, and it's a good thing that they got offensive line help for their quarterback Justin Herbert.
Tell Noble Kerwin that we don't care about what the Giants pick. We don't care about them, Noble.
Yo, the Giants better pick a quarterback because Daniel Jones ain't it, bro.
Daniel Jones is not it. All right, look, they're just coming up to the podium on my TV. Now, they're just coming up to announce the pick. But we don't care what the Giants pick. All right,
they're probably gonna pick a wide receiver. They probably want to get more explosive on the offensive side of the ball. Wide receiver.
They better get an offensive lineman. That's what they better get. If they were smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no. I mean, is there a quarterback that is worth being picked right now?
Michael Penix Jr. or JJ McCarthy. Like they're two winners. Like I mean, you talk about people that win games. Daniel Jones is not a winner. I'm not going to sit there and hold you up. He's not a winner. I don't think why you would pick a Duke quarterback and think he'd be a winner. But it just makes no sense to me. Like, when you think of quarterbacks, right? You know what? I'm gonna leave that alone. So shout out to my man Hackett, Luscious Potentate, Pyramid 701. Yes, you got that man on now. Giants need a new team.
Oh, he's the potentate. Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. Oh, Most High Potentate. I'm sorry.
Listen, he got the position now.
That's what's up.
He's doing a heck of a job, man. He's doing a hell of a job, actually.
That's what's up.
So
so forgive me, Your Honor, but on here you have no jurisdiction, so we don't want to hear about the damn Giants. All right. Speaking of Noble, I'm paid to be influenced for Gala Day. Oh, supposed to be influenced this weekend, but had to work. Oh, he's supposed to be influenced South Carolina.
Yo, I gotta go to Gala Day down there, man, because my homie Mark down there.
Yeah, the Giants need a whole new squad.
Yeah, they know.
All right, they have. Oh, the Giants picked Malik Neighbors. They have chosen Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, let me do the sounder.
Oh,
my. So they need some dynamic playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. So like I said before, it's either wide receiver or quarterback. So Daniel Jones, when you have a quarterback in the caliber of Daniel Jones, picking a wide receiver at this particular point, I mean, it's something that you need, but you need a quarterback to get these guys the ball, and Daniel Jones sucks.
Well, yeah, he has sucked, but in his defense, his offensive line sucks even worse than he does. I mean, if you look at the few games, the handful of games that he played last year, he was running for his life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, every time the ball was snapped, he was under immediate pressure. So I don't even, Aaron Rodgers wouldn't look good behind the Giants line. Mike Vick may stand a chance. He might be one of the few that could probably stand a chance behind the Giants line.
No.
There's only running quarterbacks are the only quarterbacks will probably even stand a chance to be successful because those guys are not the line on the Giants are not stopping anybody from getting up in the club. Everybody's getting up in the club if the Giants offensive line is at the door. Everybody's getting in the club and they're getting in free. They're not only getting in the club, they're not paying. That's how bad the Giants offensive line is. Everybody's getting in the club if the Giants offensive line is at the door at the club. So, but I don't think that's a bad pick though. Get one of the top wide receivers in the game.
Yeah, get the second best receiver
in the draft.
In the draft, and solidify, your playmakers, because now you got somebody to pair with. Who you picked last year? I gotta go to the roster now. I don't know who that Giants got. Shoot. So you get a guy that can create on his own, that can work both the inside and outside. Neighbors is a very good receiver. He comes from a good tree of receivers from LSU. He's going to be pretty good in his first year. I'm not going to hold you up. Being a Philadelphia Eagle, I really think he's going to be pretty decent, depending on if the quarterback can give him the ball. That's the question. The question is not how good he's going to be. The question is how the quarterback's going to give him the ball. They do have a good. Oh my goodness, they do got some good wide receivers. No, they don't.
Yeah,
no, they do.
No,
they got Jalen Wyatt, really Darius Slayton. Nobody really stands out.
Slayton is all right.
Slayton is up there.
Look at this comment here. Christopher Burns says, "I need to know how our special guest feels about us having Saquon Barkley now. He's probably ecstatic, and he's going to come on here. I know, Sel. He's going to come in here and say, I told you we should have got Saquon Barkley. That's what he's going to say. I know I'm like a book. All right, but we don't have to worry about that because he can't even get his webcam on. So I don't know if we can. Look, he's in the room. He probably can hear the broadcast. I'm not sure, but we can't see him. Look, there he is. All right, Sel, you can probably hear us, right? So what I'm going to do is you put your stop cam on, first of all. I wish you had a picture that you can put in, because you're faceless. Like, you don't even have a picture. You can't. So, like, I would love to put you on so you at least something shows. Maybe we can hear you. We don't have to see you. But you don't even have a picture. You're bad for production. Did anybody teach Shell the P's? Preparation prevents piss poor performance, Shell. Preparation prevents piss poor performance. If you had gotten on this earlier, you would have had 2 hours to fix this. He comes on the show and tries to fix the problem. All right, look. If you stop your camera, Shell, I can't hear you, Pat. You're not talking to the mic. I don't know what's going on.
My bad. I'll turn my mic down.
Okay. All right, now you stay like that, Shell. I'm gonna bring you on. Right? Let me see. I'm gonna give you a shot. All right, Shell, can you hear us?
Shell, say something.
We can't hear you. Say something, Shell. Yeah. Oh, you have nothing working. Not only is your camera not working, like, all right, yeah, call them. We don't have any interns. We only have we need, when Shell comes on, we need to send a technical guy out there just to set him up. Shell is definitely just the talent. Like, he's not cut out for this podcast do it yourself type of thing. He's a guy that needs to be discovered and put in the studio so all the technical people could do everything around him, and all he does is just show up and speak. I'm just messing with him. All right, Eric says we all celebrated when the midgets re-signed Jones, just like we will when Dallas re-signs Dak Prescott. Yeah, actually, yeah, I want them to do that. I want them to do that. And not only did they sign Daniel Jones, but they gave him like a contract that is not team friendly. So they're kind of screwed. All right, so as Pat tries to talk his brother through, again, I'm okay with a safety. I'm okay with a corner. I'm okay with a offensive lineman. Those three positions I'm going to be okay with if the Eagles go in that direction. I'm as long as you get a player. That's all I want. I want a player. I want a player that can come in and contribute right from the start. Somebody that can come in and be an immediate impact to this team, because that's what we need now. We need that, and I think that we need it more so on defense than anything else. I think Howie did a good job going out getting Saquon Barkley, and I don't think our offense was as much in need of an impact player as our defense, but he still went out and got Saquon Barkley. So I'm happy about that. And we just may have to be the team this year, much like not the Kansas City Chiefs the year they beat us. We might have to be that type of team where we are outscoring people and stopping them when we need to. You know, that's the team that Kansas City had when they beat us in the Super Bowl. Their defense hadn't matured to the defense that we saw from them last year, because last year the tables were turned. The defense really carried the Kansas City Chiefs last year by keeping them in the game, by slowing down the opposing team. The defense was a much better unit last year than the defense we faced in the Super Bowl. So that year, Patrick Mahomes had to outscore most of the teams, and they did that, right? And I think that is our path to success this year if we do not get the missing pieces on defense that we need. We'll just have to do that. But I'm expecting defense to be better, because I don't think you can get any worse.
No, you can't.
We saw from the defense last year.
No, not even close. We can't get worse than what we were last year. And being still that there are so much good players in this draft. As long as you don't draft a long snapper from Middle Eastern Dakota State Tech, we should be good. Listen,
Eastern Dakota State Tech.
I didn't know they had the State Tech there. I'm lost. Like,
that's hilarious.
As long as we're able to make sure we get a player, like, you know, there is Quentin Mitchell, who's a cornerback from Toledo that can play. Even though you don't even get a desirable player, just don't get anybody that's like a developmental player. Don't get somebody that's going to be like the defensive end from UCLA that wants to be a firefighter. I don't want anybody that has anything in his profile about being a firefighter. We went through this already. All right, we went through this with Danny Watkins. We're not going through this again.
No more Danny Watkins. A Danny Watkins type player on our Christmas day is going to be the equivalent of a notepad. Get the notepad on Christmas. That'll be the equivalent of getting a notepad on Christmas. I don't want to see any Danny Whites. No, you know, Howie is the smartest guy in the room, depending on what room he walks in.
No Jalen Reagor, no JJ Arthur-Whiteside. I got what's Shell get on? I got to talk to him about that too, because I did go to that draft and hell no. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that right
punter.
Damn no, definitely no punter. Unless he's the best punter in the world.
No, that comment right here on the screen is like the comment of the night.
It is.
We don't need the long snapper from Middle Eastern.
How you start a comment? There you go. You start a
comment. That's hilarious.
It is. It's a dynamic comment. I wouldn't mind trying it out of Clemson. Let me hit the draft. With the 7th
I see it, but I'm going to let you.
Titans select J.C. Lathan, offensive tackle of Alabama. That's the guy that we were kind of linked to as far as offensive lineman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, he is gone. He's off the board. The first, no, not the first tackle. Was Alt a tackle? Alt was a tackle. So he's the second tackle, and you know tackles are highly valued in this league because they protect the quarterback's blind side most times. Depending on what side is he on. What side is he on?
I have no clue.
But they are, you know, anything that is associated with the passing game, those positions get paid. Mm-hmm. You get paid. Now, you know.
Plays right tackle.
That's why running backs have their value is going down because they're not.
Jeez.
They don't make the passing game run as much, right? So they don't get paid on the same level as anything that has to do with the passing game. Quarterbacks, you know, they're the main ingredient of the passing game. Tackles, another main ingredient of the passing game, protecting that quarterback, keeping them upright. Wide receivers, definitely a major part of the passing game. they get paid. Everybody gets paid if you are a major cog in that passing game machine, because that's what the NFL likes to see. They like to see the explosive offenses. They like to see that because we like to see that. Well, you guys like to see that. I just like to see W's. I don't care how they come. It could be 3 downs in a cloud of dust. You know, I'm okay as long as we have us with more points than them. Sheesh. That's all I care about. That's all I care about. All right. So the next pick is in too, and the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, let me hit the button. You can announce. You go ahead and announce.
So they have picked quarterback Michael Penix Jr. from Washington.
Ooh.
And they were, very decisive about that because it did take them.
Quick.
They didn't use all the time. Yeah. So
that's crazy because they just signed Kirk Cousins, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Well, so that is surprising, right? Because they just signed Kirk Cousins, and they've picked a quarterback with in the top 10 of the draft. Usually, that's a position where that's a franchise quarterback, right?
Another left-handed quarterback at ATL. Another left-handed quarterback.
So, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, you went kind of robotic real quick.
Oh, something's going on. Hold on, let me go to mute because I am.
Yeah. So shout out to the Falcons. I mean, they knew who they wanted. I don't know what Deanna said it about Drake May, but I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. These North Carolina quarterbacks getting picked in the top 10. This is mind blowing. But anyway, the Falcons is up next, and look like they're picking up quarterback Michael Penix Jr. So Chicago is back on the count, on the counter. She's on the clock. I'm sorry. Who does Chicago need? Because they picked their quarterback already. Now they got to pick a receiver, you think, right? Or a running back. Or you pick another offensive lineman. So I would think they would pick the offensive tackle from Penn State.
Can you hear me, Pat?
Yeah, I can hear you. You better now.
All right. Oh, wow. All right. So Michael Penix Jr. So, all right. So, like I said, that is a pick where you draft a franchise quarterback, and they Kirk Cousins. So maybe they're doing it the right way. They're going to let their quarterback sit and learn behind behind Kirk Cousins. So they picked who they hope to be a franchise quarterback, and they're going to give him the allotted amount of time to develop. So you know nowadays, and that's how they used to build. That's how they used to do it, right? Unless you were like a top 5 quarterback, they used to pick a quarterback and bring him along slowly, right?
Mm-hmm. Donovan.
Yeah, well, Donovan was a top 5 pick, so those quarterbacks, you kind of bring them in and let them learn on the job. I guess that's
no. Donovan setback. Doug Peterson was
that's right. Yeah, Doug Peterson was ahead of Donovan.
Yeah, it was like game number 7, game number 8. He got play, and from there on, he's like, all right, we need him in the game.
Well, we can't argue with this philosophy because this is what Green Bay has done. It's worked for them for the past 20 years. It worked with Aaron Rodgers. Now it's working with Jordan Love. So this is a philosophy that has
his game is a split image of Aaron Rodgers.
I know he throws that ball man. He throws a nice ball, man, and it makes it look so effortless.
Yeah, it does.
Like he just be flicking it all over the place. I'm like, except for that last pass in the playoffs where he flicked it right to the other team.
Well, that's a Brett Favre in him. That's a Brett Favre in him. He's up there. So that's a Brett Favre in him, man.
Yeah, he flicked that ball right to the opposing opponent's hands. I was like, wow, that was stupid. Like, yo, kill all the dreams. All right, let me go to some comments.
Let me put myself on mute to help Shell out.
All right, okay. All right. Now Shell can't even get back into the wow. All right, so here we are. John Batiste says, I'm low-key hoping we can land wide receiver from South Carolina. And that's because you're from South Carolina. And that's okay. That's good to root for a local kid. You know, everybody wants the local kid to make big. So I am with you on that, John Batiste. You know, our family hails from down South Kakalaka. So I feel you there. Daz Dante. And he spells it the correct way. D-A-N-T-E. I love it. That's the way I spell it. And wouldn't mind Trotter out of Clemson. I think that I wouldn't mind Trotter out of Clemson too. At the right pick. At the right pick, Trotter come to the Eagles, play for the same team that his father is a legend for. That would be okay with me. Christopher Burton says, with all seriousness, where do you think Jeremiah Trotter Jr. will land? What's his projection? Let me see. I got my cheat sheet here. See, I need a cheat sheet because I am not as well versed on the college game as my co-host Pat is. Pat and Shell are college fanatics. So they have him as, at least in my CBS draft prospect rankings, they have him as the number 4 rated linebacker. So, and what rank is he overall? Let me see. They don't have his overall. Oh, yeah, they do. They have him as the 101 ranked player. So that would fall around the third round or so, the third or fourth round area right there, if he's picked around his ranking. So he's around a third, fourth round pick, it looks like here. And I think that's what I've heard in the reports leading up to the draft, that he's projected to be around that. So if he's around there and we think that we can get him, I don't think Howie would hesitate. But, you know, Howie doesn't value the linebackers as much as other positions. So I don't know if this is the year where he kind of looks and evaluates what this defense looked like last year and actually put some stock into having good linebackers this year. Because let's face it, the last 2 Super Bowl appearances we've had solid linebacker play. In the year that we won the Super Bowl, Bradham and I can't remember the other linebacker. Somebody help me out there. But Nigel Bradham, and someone else played exceptionally well that year. And that defense was pretty solid up until the Super Bowl where, you know, Tom Brady just picked them apart 500 yards. But, you know, throughout the season, they played solidly and kind of helped the Eagles get to that Super Bowl that they appeared in. And then a few years ago, we had some solid linebackers also that helped us to return to the Super Bowl. So this is a position we see how much it means to the team when we don't have solid linebackers. And that was quite evident last year when our linebackers sucked and our defense sucked as a result. So maybe that position is tied in closely to the success of this defense. I'm only kidding. We had holes all across that defense. We had a secondary that wasn't performing up to their expected standard. I mean, Darius Slade was still playing at a pretty high level, but Bradbury seemed to have fell off a cliff. And I don't know if he looked old overnight. And I don't know if it was him just getting old or the scheme not fitting what he likes to do. All right, so the 9th pick is in, and the Chicago Bears have picked Rome Odunze, wide receiver from Washington. So the Bears have they've had 2 picks in the top 10, And they had the first pick in the draft, and they picked Caleb Williams, and then they go and get him some help with Rome Odunze. So there it is. The Bears. I'm not on the soundboard, so I can't give you guys the sound. So, all right, Christopher Burton says, all right, so Rome Odunze, a wide receiver from Washington, goes to the Bears at number 9. So we're still sitting here. I think everyone feels good about the chance that Howie's going to trade up, right? I think everybody feels pretty confident that that's what Howie's going to do. I mean, the reports are even out there saying that Howie's been making a lot of calls inquiring about moving up. So it's just a matter of who he's going to select when that happens, when and if that happens. Who is he targeting? That's the big question mark. Who is he targeting? And hopefully he's targeting a player that can come in here and contribute immediately. That can be a solid contributor immediately and a player. And, sometimes I think we have unrealistic expectations. We expect that our first round draft pick should be an all-pro, Hall of Famer, and the such. But I'm okay with getting a solid contributor. And if they maybe one day work their way up to the Pro Bowl, I'll take that, of course. But as long as they can contribute, right? I just don't want them to be cut in the next 3 years. And well, maybe I have a little higher expectation than that. I don't want them to suck. You know what I'm saying? I want them to be able to come in and contribute more than a Jalen Reagor, more than a Danny Watkins. Come in and be a solid contributor. Because everybody that you pick in the first round is not going to be all pro. Right? That's just the odds. Everyone drafted in the first round of every draft are not Pro Bowlers. Right? So I want a player that's going to contribute. Everyone on the offensive side of the ball are not Pro Bowlers. Everyone on the defensive side of the ball are not Pro Bowlers. But you have players that contribute. When you look at championship teams, even on the Chiefs team last year, not all of those guys are Pro Bowlers, but they all do their job. They all contribute. That's what I'm looking for, a player to come in here and contribute. Now, I want them to contribute at a high level. Yeah, I want them to be Pro Bowlers. I want them to be all pro. But if they're not, at least be solid contributors. Players that's going to start, play significant minutes. I want starters. I do want starters. With that same understanding, starters are not all pros. So I think that's my expectation. At least pick a player that can be a starter in this first round. I'll take that. Again, this is Christmas Day for us Eagles fans. So we don't want a tie. I don't want a tie. I don't want a notepad like Danny Watkins. Danny Watkins was a damn notepad. Andre Dillard. He was a little bit better than a notepad. He was probably a coffee mug. He was a coffee mug. He was a high-end coffee mug. But what I don't want is a Danny Watkins. What I don't want is a Jalen Reagor. Like, those were wasted first-round picks. I don't want a wasted first-round pick. And I have confidence that Howie has learned his lesson. And I think he relies a little bit more on the football people in the building. I think he relies a little bit more on the football people in the building. So the past few drafts, it seems as though his philosophy is to draft the best players on the best teams. What a novel idea. I think I could have come to that conclusion a lot sooner than Howie. But, everybody's not, we can't expect our GM to be smart in every every area. He's a genius when it comes to salary cap. Constructing salary cap. He's a genius at contracts, and he's a genius at making trades, right? Making deals. Salary cap wizard. I think he is a little, he's not as highly rated in his talent evaluation. And that's cool. That's all right. He doesn't hit the trifecta. That's okay. But smart people know where they need help at. A smart person knows when they need to defer or delegate. So I think Howie has done a better job at delegating the talent evaluation aspect of his job to the talent evaluators that he has hired for the team, the scouts. I mean, that's why you hired them. That's why you're not one. You didn't come up through the scout department. You didn't come up through the scout department. You should not be the chief talent evaluator. So I think Howie has done a better job in deferring that responsibility to his team that they hired to do just that. All right, so we got the pick is in. J.J. McCarthy, quarterback for the Michigan Wolverines, has just been selected by the Minnesota Vikings, who they said traded up. So the Vikings traded up, and they have their quarterback to replace Kirk Cousins, whom they let go. They allowed him to go to, who did he go to? The Atlanta Falcons. And now they have his replacement. Yes, that's what I said, Dion. Dante said, I don't want them to suck. We don't want them to suck because Danny Watkins sucked. Jalen Reagor sucked. So we've had some whiffs. We've had some whiffs there. And not trying to make excuses for Howie, but not everyone hits on their first round pick. That no one's batting 1,000 here. You just want to have a good track record. Like one GM I can recall having a good track record was Ozzie Newsome from Baltimore. Now, did he whiff on some? I don't even think he whiffed very often. But was every one of his picks all pro bowlers? No, they were not. But what made him successful was that more times than not, he picked solid players. And a few of them were Hall of Famers. So you just want to be better than 500. That'd be ideal, right? Better than 500. But you're not going to bat 1,000. So Howie, I don't think if we go back the last few years, look, we had Jalen Carter last year. I think that's a good pick. The year before, who was the year before? Devontae Smith. The year before, I think that was a solid pick. The year before that, or was it Jordan Davis? Jordan Davis was the year before Jalen Carter. Jordan Davis, Devontae Smith was the year before that. And
the past 3 years, I'm sorry to be
all right. They've been okay.
The last 3 years have been solid picks. And I hate to just jump in here. I'm still helping my brother out. He's almost done. But the last 3 years have been solid picks to help the franchise move forward. That's all we ask. Don't take swings and miss. Don't swing for the fence on these projects. That's not what the first round is for. The first round is for picking a developmental player that's going to be a day one contributor. Devontae Smith was a day one contributor. Jalen Carter was a day one contributor. Even Jordan Davis, even though he didn't get that many snaps, he was still a day one contributor. And over the next 2 or 3 years, you look for these players to be cornerstones of their position, and that's what Devontae is. That's what Jordan Davis now has to be. These though Fletcher Cox is not here. Milton Williams and Jordan Davis need to be outstanding in their 1-2 techniques. Jalen Carter, the NFL, that rookie wall is real, and we see it happen year in and year out, especially when it comes to these bigger defensive linemen, and it's a real thing. I think this year, he's working his butt off, so he won't hit that rookie wall ever again and be the same consistent player from week 1 to week 17. Shell's almost here. He's almost there. He's almost there. Oh man, JJ McCarthy went to the Minnesota Vikings. They got their replacement for Kirk Cousins. Now the Jets got to get somebody. I don't know who the heck the Jets is going to pick.
They have the tackle.
Oh, they
fast man.
So they picked Fashion from Penn State?
Fashanu from Penn State.
Okay, that's fine. That's what they need. They need offensive linemen to help out their injured quarterback Aaron Rodgers, Aaron. So they needed to pick somebody for that position. JJ McCarthy, look, I'm gonna be honest, he should have went before Drake May. Michael Penix Jr. should have went before Drake May. I'm gonna stand on that hill. I'm gonna continue to stand on that hill about these North Carolina quarterbacks, because I said the same thing about Ohio State quarterbacks until I was proven wrong with CJ Stroud. But no, you're not on the show yet. Don't get me not on the show yet, Shell.
Oh, hilarious!
I really think the Eagles is going to grab one of these cornerbacks, and I think it's going to happen rather sooner than later. This 12th pick might be a trade out from Denver, or it may be a situation where you see the Eagles trade out of their position and trade for Patrick Surtain. I wouldn't mind that at all. I would actually love that. I would take me a few more shots of this delicious Blanton's that I have if we were to get Patrick Surtain.
Hold up, you think that we can get him with just a first round pick?
Well, yeah,
with one,
one and a 2. Maybe a future or maybe an additional player. I think my brother hung up on me. Okay, let's say join call. All right. So yeah, I would love for that to happen, because the ability that you have with Slay and you will have with Patrick Surtain on the other side, like that makes your defense that much better. I mean, I know Slay's going to twilight years, but he's still a productive player. He's still in the top 5 corners last year, believe it or not. Even though it didn't seem like it, but he was. Patrick Surtain, he's legitly a lockdown corner. When you talk about lockdown corners, you're talking about Sauce Gardner, you talk about Patrick Surtain. They are the 1 and 2. There are no others at this particular time.
How old is Patrick?
Patrick's like 24.
24? Oh yeah, he's worth it. Yeah, all right. I thought he was a little older, but no, 24. Yeah, he's worth it. He's going to be more. You would have to give up more than just a first round pick, though. He's that good, and he's that young.
The way Denver is just giving away people, I don't think so. I think they're trying to build for their future.
Think it's a fire sale? They're trying to build for the future? Yeah. Well, 24 is not old.
It's not old, but when you got players that don't want to be there, because the changeover and stuff of that nature, you do good by them, and you switch things up for them. I'm gonna meet myself again, try to help my brother out. I'll be right back.
Oh my goodness! This is the last time we bring on Shell as a special guest. Oh my goodness. This is just like the old times. I know you guys don't see what goes on behind the curtain. You don't see Oz working his magic behind the curtain. All you guys are sitting in the audience. You don't see what goes on. But this is a little taste of what used to go on when we had Shell on the show. This is just a little taste. And I guess what made us so successful, you didn't see much of it, was this was pre-pandemic when us three were together. So pre-pandemic was we were always live. We were always in the studio. So I guess that is why we didn't have these type of issues, because Shell didn't have to do anything technical. He just showed up to the studio and sat in the seat, and that's about the extent of what he could do when it comes to technology. So now that this is post-pandemic and a lot of people work from home and work remotely, and this show is sort of that type of layout, right? We're working remotely. We're not nearly in the studio anymore like that. We've discovered things such as this platform that we're on, and we take advantage of it. Now, I do want to be live, and I'm looking into possibilities or options for us to be in the studio again, because I like that. I like when we were all together, and I know we don't have Shell anymore. We have Nichelle, and I would like that. I don't know how feasible it is for the crew because now it's a chore. Like before, pre-pandemic, it was expected that we were going to be in the studio, but now that we have this option and still are able to put on a quality broadcast, it kind of makes you lazy. But not me. I'm old school. I like to be in the studio. I like to be around the crowd. And the place that I'm looking at, we might even have a few live audience members. So I like that. I like to be amongst the people. I do like that. I do appreciate when we do live appearances. I really love that. And from the response that we get, I think that you guys love when we're live too. Yeah, Christopher says, I miss the studio days. Wow, I think about it. I've been around a long time with you guys. Yes, you have. JT also. And JT has probably been one of our followers who have attended the most live appearances that we've had. He travels well, JT, and I'm sorry, JT. I have been so busy, and I explained it in the opening of the show, but I really do want to get down there, and I'm going to have to I got to do better. It's on me. I'll take all the blame, but I did want to get down there this year, and it didn't happen. So, and I kind of dropped the ball on that. So I'm going to promise that we will be down there. I'm going to put it out there. I want everyone who is listening to hold me accountable for Eagles Talk appearing in JT's area, because he's come up here and appeared and shown up when we've appeared in this Delaware tri-state area, Philadelphia tri-state area. He's traveled from, and where are you from? DC, JT? JT is from DC. So JT makes the trek. He comes to Delaware. We've appeared in Delaware. He comes to right out in Pennsylvania, right outside of Philadelphia. I don't think you've been inside of Philadelphia, but JT travels. So I went to DC. Okay. So yeah, I want to come down there. You point out the establishment again. I'll put my person on it and make that connection. And we'll come down there, and we'll come and we'll bear gifts this time, because JT has blessed us he blessed us one year with a flask, with Eagles Talk on it, with shot glasses with Eagles Talks on it. And he's just a wonderful person, a fierce supporter of the Eagles Talk podcast. And we love him. We love him. And I know if you guys got to meet JT in person, you guys would love him too. He's just a solid guy, a lot of fun, and he loves the Philadelphia Eagles just as we all do. So, JT, I'm going to promise that we're going to get down there. We're going to get down there. All right. So, what is going on? I think I missed the pick. All right. So, the number 12 pick in the draft was Bo Nix, quarterback from Oregon, has been picked. So that is how many quarterbacks is that? 4 or 5?
That's 4 quarterbacks. That's 4 quarterbacks. Sorry, but not on. I'm just that's 4 quarterbacks, which is good. This, that's how many good quarterbacks are in this draft. Bo Nix he's been in college football since Justin Herbert got his senior year. So he's an older quarterback too, like 24, 25 years old. So it's something else here. This crop of quarterbacks, this crop of receivers, this crop of corners. There are a lot of good picks in this draft. Will they all pan out? Probably not. Most likely,
no.
Not.
We know that.
Yeah,
we know
likely.
that they're not all going to pan out. But you know what? Hey, what's the last nice quarterback class that we've had? When's the last one? It's not been that long ago.
No, it wasn't that long ago. I think it was if I'm not mistaken, I think it was the draft with Justin Herbert and all those other quarterbacks. Give me a second, I'll pull it up since we don't have a intern. What's that, the 2020 draft, I think it was?
Yeah, so we maybe. I don't know. I don't know these guys as well as Pat knows them. So we'll see. But it may be one of those.
Oh yeah, it was a 2020 draft. It was your first overall pick was Joe Burrow. The 5th pick was Tua Tagovailoa. 6th pick was Justin Herbert. You had another quarterback that didn't go into, let's see, Jordan Love went to the Packers in the first round, 26th pick. So that was 2020. So it's 4 years ago.
And there were 4 solid quarterbacks. Those first 4, they're solid.
Second round, we picked Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. So that was a nice quarterback class right there. So the first 5 quarterbacks turned out to be players.
They definitely did turn out to be players. They are players in this league, and they're players with their teams, respective teams. Even the last quarterback, I think the last quarterback that was last year's draft. I'm tripping. Who else was quarterback in that draft that I realized? I don't remember any other quarterbacks. Jacob Eason is a backup somewhere. James Morgan is not out the league. As I go through these different players, you know what? That year was a COVID year.
We got a pick. So the Raiders go offense and take a highly touted tight end, Brock Bowers, from Georgia. Wow. The Raiders go offense.
I'm going to be honest with you. First round tight ends never really panned out.
First round tight ends never really pan out.
It never really panned out. Right. The last first round tight end that actually had a decent career was Vernon Davis.
The last one?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's a long time.
You look at the kid that went he's from Philly.
No, Pitts.
Kyle Pitts? Are you serious? Kyle Pitts don't even get 400 yards in a year. What are you talking about?
He's not good. What are you talking about? He's not panning out?
No.
But Atlanta, does he play for Atlanta?
He plays for Atlanta. He's not panning out right now. It could be the quarterback. It could be the quarterback play. Could it be the?
It could most definitely be the quarterback play down in Atlanta.
Yeah, it definitely could be. But at the end of the day,
they had Mariota. Come on,
the best tight ends. The best tight ends in the NFL has been second and third round picks. Your best tight end in the NFL right now is Travis Kelce, who was a third round pick.
All right.
And when we picked Zach Ertz, it was a second round. So Dallas Goedert was a second round pick, I believe. Yes, he was a second round pick. So you don't. I understand how elite they say this guy is. He is. Bowers is a monster. Don't get me wrong. I've seen him at Georgia, and he's a very good overall tight end. But first round tight ends never really pan out. Kyle Pitts, they said he's a generational guy. We're still waiting for the generation.
So what do you think? What do you say when you're that pick, right? Like when you think you're the best They pick you in the first round. Like
you can't
don't go
no.
out there saying like I'm not good.
No,
they should have picked me in the second round. I would have had a better career.
No, you just be happy for being picked. And you work your butt off. You got to work your butt off. You can't feel entitled. When you get these guys that they're in the first round, a lot of bust. What happens is they feel entitled. They feel like, you know what, I'm number one overall draft pick. I'm number 6 overall draft pick. I'm my skill alone. But you realize those people don't have your natural God-given talent. They're out there working a behind off. They're over there working a butt off so they can be a better athlete, so they can be better than you. So they might not have the skill, the God-given talent, the ability that you have, but they have that mentality that they're going to get better every single day. Every time they wake up, they got a desire to be better. And when you don't have that as an elite athlete, you know, you get outworked by the average Joes and Smooths.
They have that Mamba mentality. They go out there and they put in. I mean, that's a trait of successful people, right? You go out there and put in the work and the effort. And maybe, I don't know, maybe being picked in the first round, I don't know. Maybe it kind of lulls them to sleep. Maybe they think they've arrived. I don't know.
Yeah, you should never feel like you arrived until you get that second contract. That second and that third contract is when you have arrived, and it's saying guaranteed $84 million on AJ Brown. AJ Brown works his butt off, right?
Yeah, he does.
Devontae Smith from what Ocho Cinco.
Oh no, they cut off my live tracker.
Oh,
what happened?
I guess you was too far ahead. You gotta refresh it.
Oh, let me refresh. I'm thinking like, oh, that was just a free trial, huh? Like, yeah, it's not coming up. Like,
I guess it's time for you to buy the real one.
Yo, wow.
You can go to CBS CBSSports.com too. I hate to throw these websites out there. Hemi, what up, Hemi?
Hemi, what's up, Hemi? Long time no see, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right, yeah, that's my fault. All right, I have an account with CBS Sports, so hopefully they don't do this to me.
Yeah, we definitely got to go to South Carolina. We definitely got to go down there.
All right, we'll probably be going ourselves. So because hold up, where's the live draft? Draft tracker. Is that it?
Yeah, draft tracker, yeah.
Okay. Oh no, that ain't it. That's not it.
Draft tracker ain't coming up?
Not that. No, the draft tracker is coming up, but it's not telling me
ahead of time.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Oh no, yeah. No, it's good.
Yeah, and it gives you the breakdown of the prospects for you too. No, that's the draft prospect ranking. Yeah, that's the one I'm looking at. So there's a lot of things that goes into doing this, doing these type of shows, especially doing it live. Now, me and Dark Knight sat here and we got handsomely paid like the guys on the NFL ESPN network. You know, we were doing 10 times the research that we're doing now. But there's so many different websites that you can go through that can assist you in looking at these different prospects. Also, you have to be well versed in looking at these pro days, at these the combine, these all-star games, and just seeing these players with your own eyes. Like, you know, the tape tells you one thing. Like, you know, going to the combine tells you one thing, but looking at the tape tells you another thing. Right? Xavier Worthy, he's the fastest guy to run at the NFL combine. Let's go back and look at his tape. Does he translate that speed onto the field? At times he does. At times he doesn't. A.D. Mitchell, his teammate, he ran a 4.35. I like him a lot because he's a bigger body receiver. Does that translate onto the field? That's what we're looking for. Does that translate onto the field? Does that speed translate on the field? That's the discussion that we had in 2019 when we drafted J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, and Shell put a big dissertation up there because he wasn't on the show. He put a big dissertation like we should have took Metcalf because he has the speed, he has the size. I have to tell my brother he's 100% right. Even though I did not disagree with him, I was just reporting the facts that he's a jump ball guy. And I say, in order for him to be better in 3 years, he has to be more of a contributor than just a jump ball guy. Because right now he's just a special teamer. And when you look for drafting receivers in a first and second round, you can't just be a special team guy. You got to be a contributor. You got to be.
Yeah, you do.
That goes for any other position. The first, second round, like when we got Miles Sanders in 2019, I say he's a baby version of Saquon Barkley, and he turned out to be a Saquon Barkley clone, with our type of offense. But these players in the first and second round are players that need to pan out for your future. They need to pan out for our future.
All right, so yeah, Miles. I thought Miles did well in our system. A little too much. He did when he decided to hit the hole. After the first few years, he wanted to bounce everything outside, which the younger running backs are prone to do when they get to the NFL. They don't realize that there's a lot more speed in the NFL. You're not outrunning people to the outside in the NFL. So when he got it down, okay, New Orleans Saints pick is in. Oh no, yeah, it is. Oh no, it's in, but it's not on the screen yet. Hold on, I see a couple names down there, but they haven't put it on the screen as of yet. The other station was good. The other site was great. All right, so while we wait for that to happen, and Pat is trying to talk Shell through getting on. We'll be off the air by the time Shell gets it all together. Well, it was I guess we got a chance to use his name on the show, so we put him in the promo, him being a special guest, and I have to go back to the 5 P's. Proper preparations prevents piss poor performance. If you're going to be on a live stream on draft night, it's probably a good thing. And this is just a teaching moment, a teaching moment. It's probably a good thing to make sure your computer works prior to the day that you need it to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, Shell, I love him to death, but I know Shell did not test his computer out until it was time. Well, it's evident because he can't get on. So, he did not try to connect or do anything prior to tonight. And honestly, I didn't either. But I'm a tech savvy guy. My setup is always the same. I know it's going to work, but in the event that it did not, I came, I was in the basement studio hours before this program. So if something would have came up, I would have worked it out. Okay, so they say the pick is in. I don't know if this website is as good as the other one because I still don't see a pick yet. Has anybody out there seen the New Orleans Saints pick yet? And give me some update. All right. Okay. All right. So they take Taliese Fuega. That's who the New Orleans Saints have selected.
They just drafted the monster. They just drafted the monster.
And that's the offensive tackle that was tied to the Eagles.
Yes.
And if that was so, I'm curious to hear the story tomorrow or after the draft on what was going on behind the scenes. I'm sorry. And if Howie was indeed trying to move up to get him, because the rumor was he was trying to get all the way to number 12 to make sure he got him. And he has fallen to 14. So how furious was Howie in his attempt to get up there to draft him if this was the guy that he was targeting? And knowing the NFL now, everybody, can Howie still get over on teams? I don't think so. I think he's been exposed. People know Howie dealing. They know Howie will fleece you. They know Howie will try to get the best out of a deal that he can get. So maybe there is some more, maybe they're demanding more from Howie now. Like maybe they, when you have that type of reputation, people are probably looking to not being taken advantage of. So when they see Howie coming now, they're like, yo, watch your wallet. Watch your wallet. Howie's around. You know what I'm saying? So they're probably
I don't necessarily
preparing.
say that all the time, man.
Like, watch your wallet, man.
I think it's a thing that the media has portrayed Howie to be that person, but in reality, he has given away just as much as he has received. Let's be honest, he has. In the trade when we got rid of Carson Wentz, right? Both teams made out well with that trade, right? Both teams made out well. We made out well. I think the Colts made out well.
They did not. They had Carson Wentz. How they make out?
Well,
they
the draft
make out well.
You know what? Let me revisit that. Let me go back and revisit, since we don't have no interns to say stuff in our ear.
The major piece. I mean, and I could be wrong. You're about to look it up and tell me, and we could debate it. But the major piece in that trade was Carson Wentz, and he didn't pan out. We made out because we got what did we get for him? A first round pick? Because he met some.
No, we didn't. We didn't get a first round pick.
We got the higher of the picks. It was either
we was able to get
played
Smitty.
so many games.
We was able to get Smitty out of the results of it, but what was
right because we got that first round pick because he met the criteria of games played.
He did.
He had to either play so many games or something else, but he made it. I remember that. I remember rooting for that. So and that pick we turned out to be Smitty. We definitely made out the best. And Carson Wentz was shipped off after what, 2 years? Was he even there a second year? I think they might have shipped him after the first year.
After the first year, they released him. So they had some good guys. They got some contributors in 2021. Kenny Payne, they got, in 2022, they got some contributors too from their picks. So I mean, it was truthfully, it was kind of a wash. I mean,
because we gave them picks, right?
Yeah, of course. I say we have the better of the whole situation, but I really think, and if I sit back and evaluate, I know they talked about it earlier in the week, the results of the Carson Wentz trade. And I truly can't find it. I normally have it up and everything like that, but I didn't know we was gonna go that route. It was pretty much a good trade for both teams. Even though Carson Wentz is no longer with either team, it was a good trade for both teams that allowed both teams to function and be productive in the league.
All right, I'll give you that because I didn't take in consideration that we gave them picks because they were taking on a salary. They were taking on that contract. So yeah, so I guess we had to give up picks to kind of make that deal go through. So they took advantage of the picks that we gave them. So all right, maybe it was a wash, but we got Smitty. So I think that we made out pretty well too, and we got rid of a bad guy. Although I still have to give him credit. He was a major part of our first Super Bowl win. Without that what was his record? 11-2 before he went down, or 11-1?
I think he lost twice. He lost against Kansas City,
11-2,
and he lost against Seattle.
All right, so he was 11-2, and if it had not been for that start, who knows where we might have wound up. So that helped us solidify the number 1 seed that year, and then the rest is history. Nick Foles comes in and does his thing. So the pick is in for the Indianapolis Colts, who are selecting number 15. I just have to wait for this screen to refresh. Once they announce it, Wentz played 2 and got traded on the 3rd year. Did he? You sure, JT? Yeah. I think he
played
did.
one
He did
year. He played one
Did
year
he?
with the Colts. Because
Check it out.
he was drafted in 2016. Because remember, that's the year we came on. We came on the year he got drafted.
Yeah, I thought that
So
it
that
might have been.
2016 year, I think we was like 7-9. Then next year we went to the playoffs, and that's when he got injured. He got a contract extension with us.
No. No. What are you talking about, JT? He played 2 years with us and got traded on the third.
Nah, he didn't get traded on the third. The third was the year
Well,
after.
or are you saying that he played 2 years with Indianapolis?
He played 1 year with the Colts. He got rid of him
1 year. Okay. Yeah, they did. I remember that. They kind of got rid of him kind of
because he had to win the last game of the year to get him into the playoffs, and he crapped.
And they couldn't beat
Jacksonville.
He crapped the boat, and it was Jacksonville. Jacksonville wasn't very good at that time.
They were bad
too.
that year.
Yeah, they were bad that year. So,
with the 15th overall pick, the Indianapolis Colts choose Latua Lutuhu, defensive end, UCLA.
Okay, I see it now. All right, so Shell's in what's wrong with him?
It's connecting. It's taking a second.
What's this? Is his internet connection?
I don't know if it's internet connection, but I know it's kind of slowish. But he did have a picture up. He did have volume up. Are you good? You still good? There he is.
Oh man, this is it. All right, now now it's going to be. All right, I hope we can hear him. He's gonna be freezing. What do you got? DSL? He got DSL. Okay, I'm gonna bring him.
Dial up. Slide back, Shell. We can see you. Slide back.
Shell, what's up, Shell? Yeah, he moving slow, man. Where are you at?
All right, well,
you in the Middle East? where are you?
I gotta call him back.
Like, oh my goodness, Shell, you don't have your internet service is not.
There he is.
And then he's in the closet. What are you doing, Shell?
No, actually, he's at his boy's crib.
Hello?
You hear us, Shell?
Oh, yo, what's up, Shell? Yeah. All right, so it's can you hear us, Shell?
No, I'm not in the closet. What's going on, y'all?
All right.
Hey,
what's up?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm at one of my coworkers that works at where I'm located at his home, and he has a whole Eagle setup room. This looks like a lot.
Yeah, I kind of saw it. I kind of get what Shell is going with.
Hello?
But a Shell, you gotta somebody to me, people on Wi-Fi. You gotta disconnect somebody from Wi-Fi or something. He's got too many people using.
Yeah, what do y'all have over there? Dial up?
I think he got dial up.
Oh my goodness! I know if he's a co-worker of you guys have got to make enough money to be able to get gig service or something. He can't watch Netflix. What's his Netflix look like?
He's gonna have this.
It's not Netflix and chill. It's Netflix and stop. Like Netflix is buffering.
We gotta put him there. We can't keep Shell like that.
All right, we gotta put you down, Shell. Yeah, he made it special. Now he got his glasses on. All right, I'm gonna try to.
How did he do that? Like, how did that happen?
Look,
can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. Look, the X Factor, a couple great cut. Well, we almost got Shell.
Hello?
He said, and
Yo,
then
take
earlier
the headphones off, bro. Take the headphones off. Just go with the straight up laptop.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to help. I think that your internet connection is slow, or the computer is slow. But I would probably pinpoint the internet connection.
Let's go with the phone. I'd rather you go with the phone. I think you better be off with the phone.
Yeah, you might be better off with the phone. Yeah, so we're going to take you down again. So, Howie's not making any moves yet, the X Factor said, and we are getting closer and closer. So we are now on the 16th pick of the first round, and The Seattle Seahawks are up now. Now, somebody said that they thought that, John Batiste said if we trade up, he thinks it could be with Seattle. Well, Seattle is on the clock now, right? And
Seattle
are we hearing anything?
Already.
They made their pick?
They made their pick already. It's a defensive end from UCLA. Oh, no, that wasn't Seattle. Who was that? Am I tripping?
What happened?
I have no clue.
I need more.
Picks.
I gotta do better. I gotta do better than this. So, I'm not ahead of the game at all.
Yeah, we're running behind on this one. We're trying to help my brother out at the same time.
But it's okay. I just don't like the streaming. So Shell is trying to come back. I don't like the fact that I'm behind because I'm streaming, but I have good internet. But streaming is just behind cable. You know what I mean?
It definitely. So I'm sorry. So the coach selected the defensive end from UCLA.
Oh, okay.
All right, so yeah, Seattle definitely online. There has been 0 trades in this first 15, which is pretty awkward.
Nobody's going for the banana in the tailpipe with Howie anymore. Nobody's going for the banana in the tailpipe. They're not going to allow Howie to fleece them. And I'm telling you, that makes a difference.
Hey, Shell, wave
the word
is
out.
Shell, wave.
Try Shell again. All right, so Seattle, the pick is in. Shell, wave if you can hear us. No, I don't. Can you hear us, Shell? You're on the screen. He probably doesn't even see himself on the screen yet. That's how delayed he is. Yeah. He's probably thinking he's still in the. His computer has not moved him to the screen yet.
Well, I got to do one thing, man. Shout out to my brother. I love my brother to death, but that's wild. Did he just logged off?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
All right. So Shell is he's not even a game time decision. Shell is like, we'll get Shell if we can get him.
Yeah,
we'll take Shell if we can get him. All right. Gotta be the weed. Where's Shell?
He can't do that where he doing.
Bill Kroll said, no, he can't do that. He's a professional arm security. So he can't do that. Shell's on AOL. That's Oh, look, the JT says dial up, plug it into the phone jack.
So the one thing we have learned about doing podcasts, right? You got to have a decent computer, a serviceable computer, because sometimes even with all the PCs and all this other jazz, it messes up. You got to have all the latest downloads and all this other stuff, and you got to make sure your sound works, because if it doesn't work, then you're out in limbo. Like, I hate to say that to my brother, where I know we're all kidding with him and stuff like that, and I wish he was able to get on and be, straight through and everything like that. But we didn't show he can't.
Yeah, Shell would have been. He would have added. I'm joking with Shell, but Shell adds value to our draft show.
Yeah, he does,
because he is, along with Pat. These guys are big college football fans. So most times when the draft comes on, they don't have to do a big scouting report, because they know these guys, because they watch the college game, so they know these players. And that's what I appreciate most about both of them, was their knowledge of the college game. So Shell would have added a lot of value had he not had these technical difficulties. We are joking with his hookup and the such, but it is what it is. We're still going to press through and have a good time. The Seattle Seahawks are on. They said the pick is in for them. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to find a more quicker way of getting the draft information. Maybe I'll go to Twitter. Can I go to Twitter? So
you mean X?
Maybe Twitter. I mean X. I'm sorry. Yeah. All right, so let me see.
Truthfully, this draft so far has went the way of some of these mock drafts, and these pundits has put out there how it should have went, and it's going the way they actually predicted it. There's no real surprises. I mean, Drake May to me is a surprise because he should not be in the top 5. But I'm not a GM, so I can't make that decision. And there are so many there are so many talented guys left over. We should have our pick at 22 whenever it comes up. I think Shell's back on now. I think he's good.
All right, Shell,
before you come back on, wave. If you can hear me, wave.
No, he don't hear you. He don't hear you. You don't hear me though.
He put his one finger up. Not yet. Not ready yet.
All right. No, that's not helping me either.
All right. When you're ready, Shell, put your thumbs up.
I'm still shocked at not many trades. I'm telling you, nobody's going for the banana in the tailpipe. This may be the Howie effect on drafting.
All right.
So maybe.
There you go.
All right. So look, maybe. Oh, there he is. So maybe the corners are falling, right?
They are falling.
The corners are falling. Think about it. So he may not have to move if his desire is a cornerback. Like, okay, so let me see. I'm looking at CBS Sports, right? The draft tracker. So they put down each team's most. All right, the pick is in for Seattle.
They better not pick the corner because they got too many corners.
Yeah, they said their best fit are edge rushers. So they got a defensive lineman. Okay, Byron Murphy the second.
Defensive tackle from Houston. Listen, man, I want to take me another shot at Blands because I've been sitting here waiting for my brother to get on. I missed so many comments that you had to say. That's actually a really good pick for Seattle. I hate to say that. He's a very good defensive tackle. He's a good one technique. He can move to the 2. I don't know what kind of defense they're going to play because they got a whole new staff up there, being as though Carroll left. So this might be the changeover for the defensive side. If you look at him now, he doesn't look like Jordan Davis, right?
Yo, that is great. Tony Barron sent me a picture. Can I get it?
Oh yeah, the picture of him and Jordan Malala.
No. Where he is watching the draft.
And it's sunny out there, man. It is sunny.
Yeah, it's daytime where he is. So, thank you.
Dave Sparrow down there too. Dave Sparrow.
Yeah.
Spadero is down there.
That's great.
Well, Dark Knight, I'm gonna do another shot.
All right, let's do that. So, you guys, you are watching Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles cover show on Facebook. That's by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. And here on Eagles Talk, we like to talk about our favorite football team, that is the Philadelphia Eagles. We do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. Now, don't get it twisted. If you're an adult, you have a beverage, that's your favorite adult beverage. It does not mean that it has to be alcoholic, but we do have our alcohol drinkers. So I am, because I don't drink alcohol anymore, I am doing the Rehab Monster. And yes, I will pour it in the shot glass to keep with the culture. And Pat is doing the Blanton's bourbon.
Yes, sir.
And Shell, what are you doing? Are you doing anything?
He's doing the back.
Okay, you get back to us on that. Okay. All right. So anyway, everybody, let's drink because our
here you go.
Well, I'm on duty, so I can't really drink alcohol, so I'm just drinking.
Okay, well, that was the
That's
most
Canadian beer.
That's great. All right, so
brother.
Yeah, we do. All right, so anyway, let's take this for our Philadelphia Eagles down the hatch. Let me know what you're drinking out there. 3, 2, 1. So I'm glad they got all kind of jokes. Mr. B, Mr. Bird, 3 says, I'm glad Shell is on. We just paid our internet bill. He should be good. All right. Okay. That's what's up. Oh, yeah. This draft is serious. He got the shades. Yeah. Well, Shell always puts it. Okay. All right. So the pick is in for the Vikings. They have chosen Dallas Turner, edge rusher from Alabama. Edge rusher from Alabama. Anybody know anything about him? I don't.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I know a little bit about Dallas Turner. I wasn't too keen on when I watched Alabama this year. I wasn't keen on him because somebody comes off the page is somebody like Will Anderson. He comes off the page. Dallas Turner was somebody that's just he was there. He played a good role with the defense, and he played within the confines of the defense. Does he has the ability to be a very good defensive end in this league? Yes, he does. Has he done it for a long period of time? No, he hasn't. He has the speed. He can go sideline to sideline, as you can see there. Or they're showing you on if you're watching the ESPN feed, you can go sideline to sideline with the best of them. He doesn't have that look as a defensive end. He looks more like an outside linebacker. He has the agility to be more of an outside linebacker / defensive end type of guy. And I think he's going to be very good depending on what kind of defense they play in Minnesota. Shell, what you think?
Well, he said a mouthful. Okay, so Dallas Dallas Turner, he does, by looking at his dimensions, you're right, 6'4", 252 pounds, more like a linebacker type build. So, but that doesn't mean that he can't be effective. We've seen some slightly built edges that are effective, right? I mean, come on, Hassan Reddick, right? I mean, he doesn't play the edge on a 4-3, but he does play outside linebacker, and he is slight of size, but he is mighty in his speed and his technique on getting to the quarterback. So we'll see what Dallas Turner, I know he played probably, in the 4-3 at Alabama?
Yeah, they played a different type of defense. They played at Alabama when they changed over this year. They were more or less a 3-4. Then it was a hybrid type of defense because they dropped their defensive ends and coverage a lot. That's why they got beat a lot because they didn't have the big hogs up front like they had when they had Jordan. When they had these other guys who were Alabama. They don't have them.
Carter.
Well, that's Georgia.
Multiple 50.
Yeah, so they played a different
out
set.
there. Susan, what's up? Hello, you're late, Susan. You got to take 2 shots if you drink. I don't know if you drink, but if you drink, you got to take 2 shots to catch up. All right, but it's good to see you, Susan. Thanks for joining us. It's good to be on air again after being,
Oh, we got some inside. We got some inside information. I gotta do that.
Okay, what's going on?
From Tony Byrne, from our insider from downtown, where is he at? In Australia. He said Dave Sperry was on the phone with Novacare. There's no trade currently in the works, so it's nothing happening, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't think it would be because we're down to the 18th pick and not a cornerback has gone off the board yet, but we might see the first one because they have Cincinnati's needs as
wow.
One of them is a cornerback.
So that Jordan Mailata is going to announce the first round draft pick down in Australia. So yes, he's getting the information, as it happens down in Australia right now.
All right, so yeah, like I said, there's a good possibility if I can take what CBSSports.com is putting down as, good information. So they're saying that the best fit for Cincinnati would be Mitchell from Toledo and or Terrion Arnold, cornerback from Bama. So we may see the first cornerback come off the board, and that will leave. And the top 2 are Quinyon Mitchell and Terrion Arnold. So if one of them come off the board now, we still have the other one available, and there's still 4 picks. So
I think we're getting
what the
Terriana
Rams may
Arnold.
need.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think we're getting Terriana Arnold. I think Quentin Mitchell may be gone right now. If I have to say anything else, I think he's going to the Bengals. And I think we're going to have the opportunity to draft one of those guys. It's just a moment of which one do we have? Yes, number of drinks.
Would you take Jeremiah Trotter Jr.?
Not in the first round, no.
Would you take him, Pat?
No.
I mean, Shell?
Right. If you take that guy and that guy comes into that stadium's going to go crazy. He's going to be an NFL player for the next 10, 11 years.
He will be. I don't disagree with you. I really don't disagree with you. But I don't think you take him right now. As far as the metrics, I don't think you take him right now in the first round.
I mean, he's solid. He's solid. He runs sideline to sideline well. He didn't work out in the combine, but if you watch the game tape, he takes the ball to the end zone when he touches the ball. When he gets a fumble, he takes it to the end zone. When he gets an interception, he takes it to the end zone. And like his father, he's a hitter.
I don't disagree with you. I really don't disagree with you, Shell. But in the first round, I don't think he's a first round talent. And plus, we Philadelphia Eagles, we don't draft linebackers in the first round.
Yeah, that part I agree with. I don't know, but Shell, this is Shell. This wouldn't be a draft show if Shell didn't come in here and make such a hot take. He makes the hottest takes, and when it comes to draft day, Shell has the hottest takes. His takes are white hot. They're white hot. So he wanted us to draft Saquon. He wasn't wrong on that pick. Saquon was a beast, and we wound up getting him. And somebody asked Shell, how do you feel now that we finally do have Saquon after you suggested we draft him during that draft?
I feel like Cinderella when the prince brought me the other gold slipper.
Pause. No Diddy.
Hello?
Yeah, you kind of cut out.
No Diddy on that
Diddy.
one.
I said I feel like Cinderella when the prince brought me the other golden slipper.
Oh, okay. All right. That's great.
No Diddy on that one, man.
Diddy is now reduced to a tagline. Diddy is now reduced to a tagline. How far we fallen. Oh my God. All right. So Shell has always been known for his outrageous hot takes on draft day. And now he doesn't disappoint us again by suggesting that the Eagles select one Jeremiah Trotter Jr. with the first pick in the draft for the Philadelphia Eagles.
It's not happening.
Now, if this,
I bet my entire salary.
I don't think it's going to happen either. But I can point to some of the observations that Shell has made on draft day that have come to be true. And we made one earlier when we talked about his comment about DK Metcalf that year.
I'm still mad about that one.
Can I talk about that real quick? Can I talk about that real quick, Dark Knight? Because I went back and watched the tape today. And you know what? The one thing that I have to give to my brother, you did say, and I quote, and I got this screenshotted. We should have picked DK Metcalf. I hope that this pans out. I'm a numbers guy. On Metcalf, definitely does it in that box. His overall 40 is 4.33. It's something that cannot be stopped. Size and speed is what the game is. And you know what?
Yo, give it a joke. Give it up.
Oh.
Give me that. All right. The Cincinnati Bengals select Amarius Mims, offensive tackle from the University of Georgia.
Ooh.
I think UGA, is that University of Georgia?
Yeah, that was a good pick. Ooh.
All right, so the cornerbacks are still on the board. The Eagles have an opportunity here to get one of the top two cornerbacks. Now,
he's a monster for man. I'm sorry.
Takes...
This guy's a monster. I'm sorry. He's huge. If you guys are watching on film, I know Dark Knight is about to go and talk about the corners being available, but this guy is 6'7" and he can move. He's
340 pounds.
Yeah. He's
6'7", 340.
I mean, normally being that tall doesn't really pan out. There's not many 6'7" guys that pan out in the league, but I've seen him work. That was against Ohio State. If you didn't see the highlight, that was against Ohio State. He's a monster.
Nobody's getting in the club when that boy's on the door right there. Nobody's getting in the club. Shell, you ain't getting in the club.
That's a grown ass man.
No, you're not getting in the club. I know you lift in the gym, but if that man's at the door, you're not getting in the club. You're not getting in the club. And that's the kind of lineman you want. That's the kind of lineman you want. You want him. You want to put him at the VIP section and make sure that nobody's messing with the stars, because nobody's getting past him at the VIP section. So the stars don't have to worry about anything.
Damn, that's
6'7", 340 pounds.
I can't even say the word I want to say. That's a huge mother.
Yeah.
Jordan Davis. Oh no, Jordan Davis is huge, but him and Jordan Davis looking eye to eye, and like that's crazy. That's crazy.
That's two big guys.
I do gotta say one thing before we go into this number 19 pick. So Shell back in 2019 talked about DK Metcalf, his speed kills, yes it does. But you also brought up the top 2019 wide receivers 40, because you always like to bring up 40s. And these are the people you had there. You had Ohio State University Paris Campbell, a 4.31, who is a Philadelphia Eagle today. Oklahoma State DK Metcalf was a 4.33. He's still with Seattle. Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown, he's actually with Arizona now. He's a 4.35, and Ole Miss AJ Brown, who's the Eagle today.
Yeah.
So the crazy thing about how mad
I was correct in everything that I said.
Well, the thing is, let me finish giving you the props, Shell, before you go crazy, nuclear.
Okay.
Because I didn't. On that show, we did not disagree with us not taking DK Metcalf, because I said we were shocked that we took JJ Arcega-Whiteside and not DK Metcalf, because
I was highly
more or less this was a luxury draft for us at that time. If you go back to that show, we said this is a luxury draft for us at that time. And we picked these guys thinking it's going to be, we had Andre Dillard, first round draft pick. We had JJ Arcega-Whiteside, second round draft pick. We picked Miles Sanders out of that draft. Miles Sanders was another pick in the second round. So it wasn't.
He's the only one that panned out.
It wasn't a thing that we were upset or happy with the pick of JJ Arcega. We were not happy with JJ. We were complacent with him because we know what, we're not GMs. We can't make the pick. We have to give everybody the information. And I told you this. I said we have to give everybody the information on this individual. I know he was upset. I have the screenshot to prove it. I have the screenshot to prove
it. All right. The Rams the pick is in for the Los Angeles Rams. So we see now they have best fit for them also Mitchell and Arnold, along with an edge rusher. And they've had this.
They need an edge rusher bad.
They've had the Quentin Mitchell and Arnold on the past 3 picks being
there is 5 corners.
Each team that went before.
There are 5 corners, Dark Knight, that it will fit our scheme perfectly.
That you'll take that
Quentin Mitchell from Toledo, Teron Arnold from Alabama, of course, Nate Wiggins from Clemson. He's a speed demon. When you talk about somebody with speed, it's not too many wide receivers in the league besides Tyreek Hill that's going to run by him. If Tyreek Hill runs by him, all right. Cooper DeJean, which is I'm gonna say this, please don't get upset at me. We haven't had a white cornerback in this league since Jason Strahan. He's going to be a pretty good player in this league. And Kool-Aid McKinstry, like these are 5 corners we're going to have our pick at 22.
I like Kool-Aid, man. I like Kool-Aid. I think Kool-Aid is going to be in the league.
I love it too.
A very long time. He's not scared to stick his nose in there. To come downhill on a running back. He's very, very aggressive in his pass breakup, and he has not only quick feet, but he has quick hands. He doesn't pick the ball off a lot, but in this game you play in the NFL, he's going to get a lot of opportunity.
So,
all right, the LA Rams take Jared Verse, edge from Florida State. So that still leaves both cornerbacks on the board. So we're getting one of them. We're getting one of those corners unless Miami and both Pittsburgh takes a corner. If not, we're getting a top corner. It's very guaranteed we're going to get a top 5 corner, but we may get one of the top 2 corners if one of these teams do not take a corner right here. So this might have been
shout out to Embiid.
I like Kool-Aid.
Embiid just
I love Kool-Aid, and he's a tough son of a gun. Every time he busts
Kool-Aid
through
is
a wall,
good. All right, so
Kool-Aid, you know,
he's talking about he's not talking about the Kool-Aid football player.
I love Kool-Aid too.
You talking about the wrong Kool-Aid, man.
He's coming downhill all the time. Kool-Aid always is coming downhill whenever you see him. Whenever you see him, he's coming downhill and he's hitting hard. He's one guy that I can truly say is going to run through a brick wall for you.
Oh man, I gotta go get some water.
Pause.
So you know what thing I miss about this? It's the jokes. It's the jokes.
Oh,
yes,
man.
yeah. Tarief, what's up, Tarief? Jason Sehorn, you're right. I forgot his name, but the last Sehorn. I hate to say it.
But a lot of people don't know Jason Sehorn was almost 6'3", playing corner.
He was 6'1", man.
And he was an all-state basketball player too. Man,
hold on, wait a minute. This is hilarious.
Kool-Aid and white corners.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but we gotta have some fun. You know why we need to have fun? Because we haven't had football yet. And even though we've been watching this new league, the XFL, and what was it? UFL. It's been a good product. It's not the NFL. We still got an opportunity to get one of the top 5 corners. That's all I gotta say. We still got an opportunity.
That's what I'm about to say. That's what I was going to say.
And I'm happy. I'm happy with the guys that we have. That's going to be there that we're going to probably be able to get in a matter of the 5 minutes. And I need to go get me another drink. Because tomorrow's Friday.
Well, yes, it is. Tomorrow's my youngest daughter's birthday. So
yes, celebration.
Great.
Oh man, this is the pick is in. I'm pretty sure the Steelers. I don't know what they need. But if you look at the best player available on the board at this particular time, and we go by, the BPA, right? The best player available is Teron Arnold. He's the best player available.
Teron, okay, I was saying Teron. All right, Teron. Well, they
Teron
said
Arnold.
the pick is in for Pittsburgh, so let's see. If Pittsburgh doesn't pick a corner, we're going to get one of them.
Yes, we are.
And who out of those two, who would you rather have out of Mitchell and Arnold?
I would rather have Arnold.
Kool-Aid.
I would rather have Arnold. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd rather have Arnold because he played on a bigger stage. And Quentin Mitchell, coming from Toledo, he will only thrive at some place like Pittsburgh or Seattle that were able to take smaller, school.
No, I disagree with that. He played against top tier guys. He played against
Toledo.
He played against Ohio State.
And he got his ass bust by
Ohio State every year.
And he got his
every year.
And he got his ass bust.
Michigan.
He got his ass bust. And he got his ass
and they
bust.
Play against Purdue every year.
And he got his ass bust.
I heard you talking about Jerry Rice early and Deion Sanders. And when you talk about these two guys, you got to talk about, those two guys in the same context. I think those two guys going forward are going to be pinnacles in the NFL for years to come, man.
Who?
Kool-Aid.
Toledo and Marvin Harrison, man.
Toledo. His name's not Toledo.
Right. You can picture this and write this down. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
The pick is in for Pittsburgh. We're just waiting for it to be announced. So this is a drum roll moment because we're getting closer and closer to the Eagles pick number 22.
Let's do this. Who are you picking at this particular time? Shell, who are you picking at this time?
I told you who I would pick. Jeremiah Trotter Jr.
First round.
Number one pick. Oh my God. Shell, come on, man. Are you kidding me? Number one. You would take at the number two.
Everything I got. And then I picking JT.
Look, he talk about taking the linebacker who's a third round.
We need a
So I'm you on.
Why can't we just get him in the third round where he's going to get picked?
We need a solid linebacker.
Huh?
We need a solid linebacker.
Why can't we just get him in the third round? Yo. Oh, now Eric says he
might not be around the third round. He's projected to be an early second round pick.
He's not consistent.
Early second round? I don't have him that.
He's not going early second round. He's going late second round to early third round.
Do you think he's the best linebacker in the draft?
No.
That's what
Peyton Wilson from North Carolina State is the best linebacker in this draft. He may be the oldest one in the draft at 24, but he's the best linebacker in this draft. Hands down.
We're just waiting, man. We're just waiting.
How many times he put up 2.25? How many times he put up 2.25?
Maybe go back to draft results. Okay, let me go. Since we don't have
how many times he put up 2.25?
I'm gonna give me a minute. Can you give me a minute while I go through the combine information? Sheesh.
Tony Byrne with an update.
Go ahead.
Spadero's on the mic here down under. Stand by. And Tony's already into tomorrow, so he's in the future.
Yeah, he's
going to give us this draft pick from tomorrow. All right, the pick is in for Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Who they take?
Oh, they just doing all this fuss on no trade. Looks like we're going 10. All right, so we're going at 22.
Yeah, we definitely going at 22.
So Jeremiah tried, didn't work out the combine. You know that, right? And don't get me wrong. I would love.
He didn't need to work out the combine. You can look at his tape.
This is what I missed. This is what I missed on draft day. The Sandlin boys going at it.
Marvin Harrison didn't work out the combine either. So what, you not going to draft him? Like, come on, man. Well, look at the tape.
And brothers that are two defensive players too. Shell playing linebacker and Pat playing cornerback.
Shell caught an interception, and we run a pass Shell like, come on, like he's moving in slow motion, like the kid that's running from third to home and doing this.
Whatever.
They took a picture of him.
Fourth for short in the goal line. Y'all need me to make a play. I'll make a play.
Whatever, man. Anyway.
Pitt is taking Mitchell. Look, Sean is cracking up. He said, whatever. Oh, they take an interior offensive lineman from Washington. So we're definitely guaranteed one of the top two corners in this draft. How he does it again, I don't know for sure what this pick is going to be, but we all had
a good pick.
We all were positive that how he was going to move up to get the person he wanted. And a lot of people were saying it was one of the top corners in the draft. we were surprised to hear not much trade activity was going on in the first quarter, and more notably, not our GM. Our GM was not involved in any trades in the first round. So kind of wondered, all right, what's going on here? Is he going to get the player he is targeting? And it seems to be that just one pick away, that both of the top cornerbacks are still on the board. So if one gets picked right now by the Miami Dolphins, Howie still gets his choice of one of the top 2 corners in the draft, if that is the direction that he's going or wanted to go. So this is still a brilliant move by Howie. A non-move was brilliant. His non-move in the first round is going to afford the Eagles the ability to, or the option to, pick up one of the top 2 corners in the league. Now, it's kind of surprising that these guys have fallen this far in the draft. I am surprised that neither one of these individuals has come off the board, but I'm glad that they haven't, because we have the opportunity to get a top corner, and hopefully he's a player and he's as good as he's rated here, either one of them, because they're both highly rated corners. And if we bring them in, we can solidify the cornerback position for years to come if these guys play up to their potential. So Howie, and it remains to be seen. The Miami Dolphins are on the clock. I know that they can't take 2 players right now, so one of these guys are going to be available. And with the assumption, and the pick is in for the Miami Dolphins, so just a second and we'll find out what they're going to do.
They needed a corner, so they're probably going corner.
So now, with the assumption that Howie is going to go cornerback here, and I know if Miami takes one of them, we know who the other one's going to be chosen by Howie if he goes corner. Mm-hmm. But again, I ask, which one would you take out of these 2?
I'm taking Terrion Arnold.
All right.
I'm saying that with all the confidence in the world. McKinstry, Kool-Aid McKinstry, yes, he's a very good player. Somebody said it well. He does take plays off. He is light in the behind. Even though they both weigh the same amount, it's a difference between somebody that's aggressive 196 pounds and somebody that's not aggressive 196 pounds, right? You could tell the difference in their play. You could tell the difference in how they press on the ball. And I just think that Terrion Arnold will be a better fit for us. Now, don't get me wrong. If they go Arnold, I'll take Mitchell in a heartbeat.
Okay. Spadaro, Tony is reporting that Spadaro is on the phone. So, as reported by Tony Burren, he's on the phone because he's going to announce the pick to the crowd. So, down in Australia, because Tony Burren is our native from down under in Australia, and Dave Spadaro and Jordan Mailata are there in Australia. That is where Mailata is from, and they're having a draft, an Eagles draft party or NFL draft party, and David Spadaro is there, and he's going to announce the pick. So he's on the phone.
I forgot about the corner from Clemson, Nate Wiggins.
Nate Wiggins. Let me see. I gotta look at my sheet here.
See, the thing about Arnold doesn't have that long speed that I'm looking for all the time, but he's a long corner. Pause. No Diddy, whatever you want to say on that one. But I totally forgot about Nate Wiggins. He might be the surprise.
I mean,
he might be.
You really don't have to worry about the long speed, Pat, because we don't play a lot of man-to-man coverage. We play a lot of zone coverage. So him being able to have quick twitch and play in the zone would just benefit him.
But that's another thing.
There's been no safeties off the board either. What would you got?
We're not going after
safety here too.
We're not. We're not going after safety. If we don't get the wide receiver as Xavier Worthy, which would be a shocker. I think we go. I believe we go Nate Wiggins.
for Miami, so we're just waiting for them.
I think we go Nate Williams. I believe Chop Robertson.
So Chop Robinson. Who took Chop Robinson?
We ain't picking Chop Robinson. We better not pick Chop.
You might take Chop Robinson.
I like Chop, but he Penn State guy, but he's better. Oh my goodness, be quiet.
Nate Wiggins is number 3. He's the number 3 rated corner. So you saying
he's a 6'1", 242 guy. Like, I mean, it's hard to pass up on that. Better not be Deshaun. Deshaun is not in this draft. Where I get Dijon. Cooper Dijon.
Now you like speed. You didn't like speed 4 or 5 years ago. Now you like speed.
I did love speed, but speed never translated on the field. Speed never translated on the field. Be honest with you, I wanted John Ross. I wanted these other speed guys. Never translated onto the field.
It translates on the field. So those 5 guys I talked about.
The only person that translated on the field was
it translates
DK
on the field.
No, Tyreek Hill translated on the field.
But he didn't run at the compound, so we didn't know his true 40.
All the other guys, Hollywood Brown didn't.
He didn't run. He was injured. I told you he was injured. He didn't run at the combine, so we didn't get
Hollywood Brown, Tyreek Hill, them guys that speed.
They didn't run at Shell. You're not understanding what I'm saying to you. We didn't get a true 40 on these people because they didn't run at the combine, so we couldn't get a true 40. We got hand time 40s. That's different. They're not. They don't even count those 40s.
It's funny. The pick is in.
Hand time is 4.2 on a laser.
No, it's not.
All day.
Who is it?
With the 21st pick, the Miami Dolphins select Chop Robinson. Wow.
What? They took Chop Robinson? You lying.
I mean, listen.
They took Chop Robinson. No, we have our pick of one of. We can choose whichever cornerback we want because both of them are there. Pat said he would take Arnold.
I'll take Quentin.
Gel said he would take Kool-Aid.
I didn't know Quentin would be available. So I would take Quentin. I mean, like all 3 of those corners, you can't go wrong with all 3 of those corners.
Either one. It doesn't. Either one.
Sheesh. This is
Howie likes the Alabama people. I think he's going to take them. We've taken 3 Alabama players in a row.
Oh, we did. Georgia took 3 Georgia players.
Oh, I'm sorry, Georgia. I'm sorry,
but they're all in the SEC.
No, we took 2. Yeah, we're taking 3 SEC players.
Yeah.
Chuck Devontae Smith.
I gotta talk about this pick real quick. I know we're gonna talk about our Alabama and Georgia players, but Chop Robinson came onto the scene about 2 years ago, and has been a monster ever since. He's been quick off the edge. He's been shown power in the middle. It's something about these rushes from Penn State. We saw it with Micah Parsons. It translates better into the NFL than we see it in the pros, and it's crazy. I gotta has disappeared. Okay,
he's playing. He's still playing out of position, Pat. Michael Parsons is still playing out of position. He should be playing a Mike linebacker. He should not be playing no DN, man.
He's not maybe playing like Mike linebacker. He's playing outside rush linebacker like Lawrence Tiller. He's more of a he's more of a edge.
He's been playing Mike linebacker, going sideline to sideline, covering the tight end down the seam. He's not maximizing his ability playing one side.
So Dante Hall. Who are we picking right now, Dante? I'm putting you in right now. Who we picking at this 22nd pick? I'm getting the 4 dots. Somebody send me a message.
You getting nervous?
Yep, corner it is. Quentin Mitchell.
Quentin Mitchell. Is that what it is? Oh,
John Batista said Quentin Mitchell. Dante Hall said are you Dante Hall said Mitchell. Okay.
Mitchell, you'll take Mitchell?
Listen, I take Anybody that's going to be a playmaker and can start, game one.
All right, how he probably wants to go Bama, but we'll see. I mean, it's not a bad. I don't think you can make a bad pick right here. They're the top 2 cornerbacks, so I don't think either one he picks, if they are a bust, it's not going to be on Howie, because if either one of these guys are a bust, then every scout out there made the wrong decision. Every scout, because they're the top 2 on everybody's list. So I would not blame Howie if he picks one of these guys and they don't pan out. It's not your fault. You picked the best guy at the position. So we're still waiting, though. The pick is in.
I don't know who we picked. Nick Wiggins.
Here we go. Who?
Nate Wiggins, the quarterback from Clemson.
Who?
Come on, man. Don't do that. I honestly thought we have to trade up to have a chance at either of them, and here we are.
What?
With a chance to get one of them right now. So yeah, I think that's brilliant. The non-move by Howie. Gambling, not giving up anything, knowing that he needed a corner, and he waited, and he played it right. Because now he has to pick up either one.
Peyton Wilson, linebacker from North Carolina State.
No, Shell, I can see Shell frowning even through his glasses.
Man, he ran a 4.4. Shell, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
I'm sorry I stayed off camera so long. Let me come back.
Oh no, you was eating.
But
food.
I had to eat, man, because I've been meeting, then the show, so and I'm just snacking. I'm not even eating a full meal. That won't happen until I get off the air. But the pick is in, and we're just waiting.
He's in the mode of Peyton Wilson is in the mode of Luke Kuechly. So if we told you right now you was getting a Luke Kuechly clone, he's gonna play exactly like Luke Kuechly. Would you grab him?
Luke Kuechly?
No, I'm not happy with the decision. I'm not happy with that pick, man. I'm not happy with that pick at all. I'm wasting my opinion.
It's not that pick though. I'm just saying. I was.
I
don't know what the pick is going to be.
You wouldn't take a linebacker that they guarantee would play like
Luke Kuechly?
If they told you that he can play like Luke Kuechly, you wouldn't take him?
I would not take that linebacker. If I'm gonna take a linebacker, I'm gonna take Jeremiah Trotter, that's been playing with his top tier athletes his whole career, that's been making plays. Played in the Final Four twice. Had an opportunity.
All right, here's the Philadelphia Eagles pick. Here we go. The Philadelphia Eagles select with the number 22 pick. Come on, Tony. You can't give us some insight here?
The VIPs already know, he said. Xavier Worthy. Graham Barton. Quentin Mitchell.
So the Eagles we are assuming, speculating, going to get a top cornerback in this draft. Either one of the two I can probably consider the best corner because they, depending on whose rankings you're looking at, you might have Mitchell number 1, you might have Arnold number 1.
Yeah, he always talks too much when it comes to Eagles picks. That is the
truth. Just say the damn pick, please. Quinyon Mitchell. That's it.
Scoring touchdown, 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Hit 'em high and watch our Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles fly. On the road to victory.
E-A-T-L-E-S, Eagles. Yes. So it's great. It's great. We did it. Our Philadelphia Eagles picked the top cornerback in the draft, and that is Quinyon Mitchell, cornerback from Toledo. Top-rated cornerback. So Howie gets a quality corner, the best corner in the draft, and does it without having to expend any capital at all. No draft capital, no player capital. No one has to move, and Howie gets his person. He does it again. Hopefully, this guy, if he's everything that they say he is, we've got a cornerback of the future who's going to be a staple in the secondary.
If we come back into the first half, would you?
Would you? I would be surprised. I would be surprised. I mean, why? Why would we do that?
Why not? You got 5 corners. You got 5 corners that store. 4 corners that store available. You play Marvin Harrison.
You can get you can get the corners of the future if you can get another top one. That's what you're thinking?
Of course. Yeah,
I guess so. Yeah. Well, that wouldn't be bad. I mean, how many? We got 10 more picks. Well, I'm not going all the way to the end. You can kill that noise. Sorry. I mean, if that's you guys,
I'm about to get out of here, y'all. I gotta be up at 4 in the morning.
It's only 4 in the morning.
Yeah,
I gotta be up too.
Well, I get up about 4 in the morning, so
yeah, that's nothing.
It's gym time. I hit the gym in the morning. All right, so our Philadelphia Eagles, man, I would say this is the bow tie on the BMW. This is not a tie. This is not a mug. This is not a notepad. This is a car in the driveway. Now, we could debate upon what car it is, but it's a major need of our team, and we got the top position prospect at that position. So I think that's a big red bow on a luxury vehicle sitting in the driveway on Christmas Day. That's our gift. That's the Eagles' gift to us fans, just getting the best cornerback in the draft. I'll take him. I'll take it. You guys let me know. Yes.
I truly take him. I want to take a shot to Quinyon Mitchell.
I like it. I think it was a great choice. A great pick.
It is. Tony said, I don't think we're trading back. So I don't think we're trading back. He does fit the mold of Philly corner. And he, normally we pick guys that's not as fast as he is, not as instinctual as he is. We normally pick guys in the 2nd and 3rd round at corner. But this was a must need because I'm gonna be honest with you. James Bradbury at that outside corner scares me. All right. Oh boy. So do we come back into the first round? I don't know. Yeah, I would love to come back in the first round, especially when these corners are still available. We got 2 picks in the first round, and still we can get Jeremiah Trotter Jr. in the later rounds. Yeah, so
I'm thoroughly satisfied with.
Yeah, I like the pick. I'm okay with the pick.
With this being I
like the pick.
Our Christmas Day. Our Christmas Day as fans, the NFL draft is our Christmas Day. And on our Christmas Day, as Eagle fans, we've been presented with the luxury car in the driveway with the big red bow. Yes, Quinyon Mitchell, the top-rated cornerback in the draft, at a position that we are sorely in need of shoring up. Howie has done an excellent job. And how much did he pay for it? Nothing. We didn't have to trade up. We got him for nothing. We got him at the regular price of the 22nd pick in the draft. So Howie does it again. I am happy. We have a corner that should be a staple in our secondary for quite a long time. We got him for at least 4 years on a rookie contract, at least 5 years on a rookie contract. So that's great. And we talk about getting players that can make an immediate impact. So I want to see this guy starting. Top rated corner in the league. In the draft. I'm sorry. In the draft, I want to see him producing immediately. So that's my hope, that he shows out at camp. And what better way to get a young stud cornerback prepared for NFL season than to have him come in and play against the likes of Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown in practice. We're talking about iron sharpening iron. Always talk about it, right?
Paris Campbell. And Paris Campbell.
Right.
Paris Campbell.
So if we get good reports of this guy doing good in training camp, then that's the best news that we can receive, because we know he's not going up against chopped liver. We know he's going up against quality receivers in practice. So any good news about Mitchell coming out of training camp, we can take that to the bank. And that's what I'm hoping to hear. And I'm hoping that he's ready to go on day one to contribute to this football team, who sorely needs a secondary that's stout. Surely needs that.
Well, cheers to our Philadelphia Eagles making selection without giving up players. There only been one trade up, and it's been between the Minnesota Vikings and the New York Jets, which they only traded one position to move back and forth. This is unprecedented for an NFL draft to not have this many, only have one trade down. It's only been one trade down since this draft started today. So shout out to our Philadelphia Eagles for getting number one corner. I hope we can just increase our value and get the best player available. Don't overthink it, Howie. Get the best player available. That's all we need, is the best player available. Shout out to this Blanton's, because this Blanton's is smooth. It's good.
Shout out to my Monster Rehab. I poured it in the shot glass. All right. So let's salute our Philadelphia Eagles on their selection of the top cornerback in the draft, Quinyon Mitchell. Down the hatch, everybody. 3, 2, 1.
Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook. That is by Eagles fans for Eagles fans.
No one likes us. No one likes us. No one likes us. We don't care. No one likes us. We don't care. No one likes us. No one likes us. No one likes us. We don't care. No one likes us. We don't care.
Eagles. All right, we're going to call it a night. All right. Thank you guys for joining us.
If we come back in the first round, we got to come back on. Nah.
Well, we ain't coming back in the first round. Well, you guys will have to hear that on the news in the morning. But as for us, we thank you guys for joining and enjoying the draft with us on Eagles Talk. We will be back. Oh, we have to talk, because I'm in class, and I have and my next class is on Thursday. So we have to discuss maybe switching days. So we'll do that. But we will be back. We won't be going that long now that we are back in the swing of it. So guys, look for the announcement for the next episode. We will be back on a more regular basis now that the draft is over for a short period of time because, you know, we got OTAs and rookie camp coming up. So I know you guys will want to hear from us, and we'll have some football to talk about during that time. AJ just inked a new 3-year extension. He's going to be around, and I'm sure that deal has allotted some more cap room for Howie. So stay tuned because Justin Simmons is still out there, and Howie does wonders in free agency.
Oh, I forgot he's still out there. Jeez,
yes, he's still out there, and Howie still has money to go get who he needs to get. So I'm your man, Dark Knight, for the Sandlin Boys. Thank you guys, man. It's always a memorable time, an enjoyable time to have you guys on the set going over the college prospects that I know nothing about. I just thank you guys for coming in and saving my ass every year. I just come up and show up and just be a moderator. I'm just a moderator on draft night. So to our guys, the Sandlin Boys, Pat and Shell, we'll see you guys soon. Be good out there, and we'll be back shortly.